Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them on internet.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. It's a Tennessee thing. Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba, the four best friends that anybody could have. As we come in on this Wednesday, November 12th. Oh, 2025 is winding down. 2025 is slipping away. Started talking about holiday plans yesterday. It's that time of year. Cody's not here yet. Sam, how are you?
Good to be here, John. Good to be anywhere.
Traffic, Starbucks.
You know, the barista wrote hags on it. What do we think the S stands for?
Sex. Hey,
there he is.
Hags. What is Hags? Hags have a great
summer.
Yeah, okay. I guess I didn't know what the S stood for either.
Somebody got hacked.
Did you guys have yearbooks? Do you guys still do yearbooks in your high school and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I got to wonder what made it to your generation or not, because I feel like the yearbook, the hard copy, is kind of obsolete. I've never broken mine out or anything.
I mean, mine are just collecting dust in my room back home.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like my generation was kind of the end of it, because it's like, we're all on Facebook. It's fine. Not going to lose touch with you guys. I'll be able to Google you all and pull you up if I need to. Top of the morning to you, Cody.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, man.
Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Good morning to the freaks. I never knew about I never. At what point do you quit calling it your generation and call it the new generation? Because I think they just overlapped for me. I never got the message that I was no longer in the generation.
What do you
know
mean?
what I mean?
No, I don't. I have no clue what you mean.
Well, it's just like one day you wake up and you're 30, and it's like, oh.
Well, I definitely know that I'm not in the generation that just finished high school a couple of years ago or just finished college. Like
I know, but like the time flies. Like I guess
do you want to be a Gen Zer?
No, but in my mind, I don't feel any different than, like, I feel like they're just doing all the same things we are. Because I feel like I feel like they all just do the same things we did. And I know that's not true, but I feel like the change is slow. You know, the change happens slowly. But then suddenly you realize that the change has happened.
See, I feel the opposite. I feel like people want to distance themselves from the youth pretty quickly. I feel like in the past, people want to, that's not how our generation did it. And you do that pretty much the time you get 25 or so. You start looking down on the high schoolers at that point.
Some people do, but some people want to hang on to their youth. Some people don't want to sound like the old guy,
Yeah, I mean, maybe make up your damn mind. I use too much slang, or am I the old guy?
I'm not attacking you. I'm saying When I say you, I just mean us in general.
Yeah.
It's like one day I wake up and I'm 30.
I don't know at what age
I
I
don't
started
feel
looking
30.
and saying, hey, it's not me anymore, but it was at least well before 30. I would say 26, 27.
What was that you just drank, Cody? Did you just take a shot of coffee creamer?
That's what it would look like, but no. I stole several of these from the gas station, which I don't think it's stealing if they have them out if they have it out in the bins and you take a bunch of things, do you consider that stealing?
I think the idea, the accepted like way we do things in society in that situation, I think is if you buy something, you get a access to it.
Oh,
It's
what
kind
if
of a,
you
like,
just have to go pee?
yeah, I don't think you're supposed to just pick up stuff and take it out. Like when you go to do you go to the buy, like take a penny, leave a penny, and just grab a couple pennies on the way out too?
No, but I've left pennies before.
Sure, but yeah, you don't just go in there and just grab some money and take it as you leave.
What if let's say, for example, you're at a mustard and you go in the Weigels and they have a bin full of mustard.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to go in there and personal shop and just grab a handful for your home.
Oh, okay. Well, I just got these because I noticed they were different. It's an espresso coffee shot. It's 40 milligrams of caffeine. It says add to coffee. So it's like a creamer, but it's not a creamer. It's a little coffee. It's a little espresso.
Didn't have time for coffee, so you were like, screw it.
Well, I ordered some. But
4 creamers.
I ordered some, but I grabbed these on the way
Are you going
up.
to save a few for your coffee that's coming?
No, I'm just going to take them all now. Unless you want one. You want to try one? I have 4.
Nah, I'm good.
They're 40 milligrams a piece. So about 4 of them would be a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah. Then that's a good way to save some money. Just go in there every day and just grab some.
Yeah, you gotta save where you can.
Now, eventually they're going to look and say, hey, are you the guy that keeps taking all these?
It just kind of feels like too much caffeine for that little of a shot.
Well, I will say they're not good. They don't taste good. But again, I don't think you're supposed to just take them one by one like I'm doing. I think you're supposed to add them. It says add to coffee. So.
If you want a little cup, we can pour like 4 of them in at one time, and you can just shoot the whole cup.
I'll just take
rather than eating out of a ketchup packet. This is like just squirting ketchup in your mouth from a packet.
It's kind of what it's like. So now I'm 120 milligrams in. You can already hear me waking up. You know, I'm already chipper.
Do you walk into diners and just start stealing sugar packets?
I don't steal sugar.
And like Splenda, you just grab some. I'm just going to take these home.
I don't steal sugar packets. I mean, I have, but mostly condiments. Mayonnaise. I steal a lot of mayonnaise.
Whole jars?
No, packets.
Okay.
No, I don't take the jars out.
Where do you get the mayonnaise from?
Gas stations. Although I will say, I have stolen the little hot sauce before. If it's a good one I like a Cholula.
You just put it in your pocket?
I have. It's not something I do regularly, but I have.
Now, when you stole those 4 espressos, did you put them in your pouch of your hoodie and walk out?
I stole a lot more than 4 of these espressos.
You got a car, you just got like 10 sitting in there waiting on you?
No, I just grabbed a handful.
Did you put them in your pouch of your hoodie and walk out, or
or pocket or something?
So were you trying to conceal it? Were you trying to hide it?
No, they're free.
Okay, I mean, you said you put them in your pouch, in your pocket. I just didn't know like why you just didn't walk out with your hand. Would you have walked out and you just with a handful of them in front of the cashier?
I would have, yeah. But no, I put everything in my pocket though. I don't just walk out with things in my hand.
Yeah,
because then you got to get your keys.
Get 2 handfuls. Like, okay, see you later. Thanks.
I had an issue with one of these clerks the other day.
She caught you?
It wasn't a she.
It caught you?
I don't know what it was, but it was
them caught you?
Something. But this person really made me mad, but it's a long story. It's not really worth telling. I ended up throwing a corn dog at him.
I think we have time.
Well, what had happened was I went in, right, and I had like 2 Red Bulls and a water. That's what I had in my hand.
Okay.
And I'm in line, at this gas station. I
You're just
won't.
constantly pumping like caffeine into that body, aren't you?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, you're just constantly. You just need some
And
uppers.
I won't name which gas station it was.
Sure.
But it was on Western Avenue, so
Okay.
you can imagine. So I walk in there. I walk up to the line, and there's a bit of a line at the gas station. There's quite a few people. There's 10 people because they got one cashier trying to check everybody out there because got to save where you can. Anyway, this idiot checking out. I'm standing there. I'm second in line. There's one person in front of me, so I'm getting ready to go up to the counter, and I got 2 Red Bulls in my hand and 1 water. And they say to me, as they're checking the other person out, you can stand over here. They're like, you can stand over here. And at first I didn't even realize. I didn't even respond. And then they say it again, sir, can you come over here? Can you set your things down? They wanted me to sit my things down on the counter.
Okay.
And I said, I'm good. I'm holding 2 Red Bulls and a water. I said, I'm good. I don't need to sit my things down. And so they don't say anything to me. Lady gets done checking out. I go up to the counter where this person told me to go. And it says to me, the reason that I wanted you to sit your things down is so the line would move more efficiently. And I said, that doesn't take any time. And they said, so you got one cash register here, one here. They're checking out right here. They had said, I don't even know I think it's a he. He had said, if you sit your things down here,
Okay.
it'll move quicker. As if the act of me taking my hands and sitting them on the counter saves time as opposed to taking my hands and handing them the items. But here's what happened.
Would he have been able to get would he have been able to grab it quicker and get it over?
It's 2 Red Bulls and a water.
Yeah.
Is what I've got. Okay. And so this pissed me off. And I said, well, I didn't want you touching my stuff anyway.
Oh, no.
Because I'm big about that now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these greasy, disgusting gas station employees who've been digging in their ass and smoking cigarettes, grabbing my damn can at the top of the can and twisting it around to find the little scan code with the chicken grease dripping into the damn. I don't do it anymore. I put it up to the bar scanner myself. I access the barcode. I find the barcode. I hold the can and I put it up to the scanner. And I said, I didn't want you touching my stuff anyway. And it just kind of. So anyway, I bought a corn dog too. I think I had 2 Red Bulls of water and a corn dog. I get outside and this corn dog, I took a picture of it. It's got a big black thing in it. It looked to me like I don't know if it was a bean. I don't know. I don't know what the hell was in this corn dog.
A bean?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell it was, but I was already pissed off at this transaction. Let me show you the picture of this corn dog. I took a big bite into it. It's disgusting looking. Look at this corn dog.
Oh, yeah. I'd throw up if I did that.
Well, I almost did.
If I took a bite of that and I saw that, I think I would literally throw up.
I said, what the hell is this? And I don't know if it's just like a burn mark, a char mark or something.
Can you see it on the video, people? Can the freak see that? Are you zoomed in? Make sure the video can see
I'm
it.
zoomed in. But it looked disgusting. So I walk right back into that Weigel's at Western Avenue and Sanderson Road.
I'll have to blur that out.
And I threw the corn dog. I went back to the attendant that had pissed me off, and I said, what the hell is this? And I threw the corn dog at him, and then I ran out of there. And I'll never go back.
You didn't wait to see what they said? They would have given you a free one or apology? Or
no, I was
maybe it was like Willy Wonka. Maybe that was the golden ticket. You get a special prize or something.
No, I was mad. I threw it at him, and I said something like "F this place" or something, or "You people." I don't know what I said.
Be careful with the "you people," and I get you for a hate crime.
Well, this was a white person.
What time of day was this roughly?
The evening.
Evening, okay.
You may know who I was dealing with.
I was gonna say this is what self checkout does to a person.
I wish it had been self-checkout. No, this is what dealing with the employee does to a person. They got to fire this person. I'm not the only one that's had an issue either.
What do you mean? Are you in a support group? Are you on
Yeah.
a Weigel support group and you went and posted your story?
No, I got a friend who goes to this gas station too, and he had the same issue a similar issue the other day in line.
A bean in his corn dog?
No, but with the attitude
Yeah.
of like trying to tell people where to stand and tell people what to do and this whole thing. I was pretty hot.
Have you ever seen the Costco guy that has the rotisserie chicken barcode already on his shirt because he doesn't want it to be scanned?
I want no LED light on these chickens.
I have seen that. Have you seen that, Cody?
No.
He doesn't want his chicken to get scanned because he thinks there's cancer in it. So he just basically has a shirt with the code on it, and he just goes to the store and they scan his shirt.
That's fair. It's totally reasonable. I mean, they got some real disgusting looking people working these gas stations. And I go to Weigel's because the Casey's are so gross, but I gotta say, and nothing against the local company. I mean, I love my Weigel's, but they got some real disgusting people in there too.
I only have.
Why can't they hire good looking people?
I really only have pleasant experiences with my Weigel's trips for the most part. The only time I had any friction was the guy wouldn't give me a credit card that I'd left. It wasn't mine. I hadn't stole it, but I had filled up, girlfriend's tank. And then I went to go put air in a tire, and it fell out. And luckily, the next day I went back, and I was like, hey, you guys got a gold Amex with this name on it? And they're like, yeah. And the woman was going to give it to me. The manager was like, you can't just give a card out to somebody. I was like, bro. I was like, I asked specifically what it was. She's like,
how would you know?
Yeah, she tried to give it. He's like, no, she has to come and get it. And I was just like, really? Because she wasn't around. And I was like, okay.
Oh, it was your girlfriend's card?
Yeah. It wasn't mine. It was a
so they
name.
wouldn't let you. Yeah, that would have made me mad too.
But I was like, asked specifically for it, knew the name and the color and what it was. Like, I left it over next to it fell out of my pocket when I was putting air in my tire. The woman was going to give it to me, but the guy who was on the phone was on a power trip.
Yeah. Well, that's the part that pisses me off. It's always somebody on a power trip. It's always somebody wants you to think they're important.
And the cashier almost still gave it to me, but I was like, I don't want you to get in trouble, sis. It's not that important. I was like, I can come back and get it. But if it was across town, luckily it was a mile from where I live, so it wasn't a problem at all. But if it had been across town or a different city or something, I would have lost my mind. But luckily I could easily have came back. But at a gas station, you never know. You could be, traveling.
Yeah.
You could be from somewhere completely else. Then what would have happened?
Do you find that as you get older that you lose patience with the public? Because I feel that way. And I recognize I'm not always in the right. I try to be aware of that,
I don't think the guy was responsible for the bean being in the corn dog. I doubt.
Oh, definitely not.
And you throwing the corn dog at him.
No, but this escalated.
Yeah, but that feels a little mean. Did it have mustard on it when you threw it or anything?
I exaggerate when I said I threw it at the part. I did toss it up on the counter, though. I said, take your damn corn dog.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little mean to him because it's not his fault.
Well, we had already had an issue.
Yeah.
And I then took the other issue.
Did you put mustard on it first before you did it?
No.
That'd be cool if you had mustard.
No, I didn't.
All over.
I didn't do that.
I actually feel the opposite. The older I get, I think the more patience I get.
Really? I'm getting less and less, I think.
That's a good question.
I think I'm getting angrier.
Let us know in the chat. As you get older, are you getting more or less patient? Because I think I used to be more of a hothead when I was younger. But I think now as I get older, I have more empathy towards people. But also, I just this isn't that important in the grand scheme of life. Also, I don't want my blood pressure to go through the roof all the time. So I try to be more tranquil. I try to be.
I think my tolerance level is getting lower. It's getting worse for just being inconvenienced for no reason.
Sure.
It just I don't know. And maybe it's an overreaction, but
I almost just this. I told you about having to kick the 70-something-year-olds out of my chair in the movie theater, and I almost just didn't do it. Just went and sat somewhere else just to avoid that confrontation because I didn't want to ruin their evening.
Yeah.
I was trying to have patience for them and some empathy there.
Well, and then I ask myself, had that been an elderly woman, would have I had the same reaction? You know what I mean?
Do you think you would have?
No.
Yeah. So you were just
so
really
then
targeting someone.
So then I wonder,
like I said, kind of a hate crime.
But yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like some people get more of a pass than others.
It's nice to give old women a pass.
Like
we all hope to get old one day. So I mean, like you try to be nice to
I
old
do.
people.
I do have more empathy for. I feel like they've earned their time.
Yeah.
They've earned their. Like if an old person tells me to do something, I'm more likely, I think, to do it.
Yeah.
Like if an old woman who's 72 years old and she's working at this gas station, if she had said, "Hey, sit your stuff up here,"
come on, honey,
I don't
put it
think
up
I
here.
would have even had a.
But you know what?
Reaction.
She also wouldn't have came back later and been like, "I was trying to make the line move more efficient."
Well, that was the smart ass comment. Is what. Yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah. Sam, Bubba, thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys good over there? All right, good. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some sports. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
All right, where do you want to start today? We got some college basketball last night. That was pretty good. We got Vols playing tonight. We also got the college football playoff rankings being revealed. Week 2 of that. I'll leave it open to you, Cody. What do you find to be the most intriguing?
Well, I've pretty much moved on to basketball season myself.
You don't buy the 7% chance of sneaking in the playoff, or at least riding the wave over the next couple of weeks of pretending like we can, just to still have somewhat of something to talk about?
I don't buy it. I don't think there's any way that we should be in as a playoff team, even if we win the last 2 or last 3. I just I don't buy it. But
so it doesn't make you care at all about the college. So you're done with the college football season.
Well, I won't say that, because I do care.
You're in 6th place in the SM Athletics College Confidence Pick'em. I had William put out a scoreboard and made sure he included the top 6 yesterday just to give you your
I
side.
saw that. Nobody replied.
No.
William tried to. What is it he does so artily, by the way?
Engagement farming?
Yeah, he was trying to engagement farm some replies in the
and people are like, Cody, no one gives a damn about Cody finishing the top.
Yeah, can Cody win it all? And no one replied.
Yeah.
So I was going to retweet it, but then I gave it like 20 minutes and I saw nobody replied. And I was like, well, I don't want this on my timeline too.
Yeah.
If nobody cares about me. So, I do still care about the season.
If you can stay in the top 5, next week we'll do it with a hashtag Let's Go Cody or something. Like, we'll try to get a hashtag going.
Like, Let's Go Brandon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's Go Cody.
Remember that? Let's Go Brandon?
Yeah.
That was a crazy trending thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You always knew if you saw a guy with a Let's Go Brandon sticker on his truck that he was a real joy to be around.
He meant business.
Yeah.
He meant business.
He sure is a delight.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that throws his corn dog at the Waggles employee. I still care. I'm trying not to take for granted the fact that we're 6-3, because on one hand, I feel totally disappointed in the season. And I think part of it is not necessarily the record, but that we haven't beaten anybody. So on one hand, I feel totally disappointed. But on the other hand, I try to keep in perspective that we are a good football program and that we've had a lot of hard times around here. And what that I would have killed to be 6-3, 9 games into a schedule, say 10 years ago. So I'm trying to not just check out on football season. But as far as playing for something meaningful, I mean, it does feel like it's kind of over.
Sam, what about you? Did you find yourself watching the college football playoff reveal at all and caring? Because I was playing trivia last night and it was on. And whenever they started at 25, I was like, all right, let's see. Let's go. And then I did kind of, I don't know if I audibly groaned, but I was like, damn it. I was ahead of us. We're not the highest ranked 3-loss team anymore. What the hell? I did kind of have that reaction.
I kind of had sworn that the Kentucky-Louisville basketball game started at 7 instead of 8, so I turned it on thinking like, man, these playoff rankings are kind of going late. And then I just was forced to watch the playoff rankings. So I didn't exactly intend to go out there and watch them.
Okay.
That playoff ranking show just doesn't hit the same if you're 23rd.
I mean, just once I saw us go up 2 spots for not playing for the week. I mean, I know that losses from other teams account into that, but like Tennessee is clearly just the martyr team around the conference that's getting propping up everybody else's resume around the conference. Like, hey, you beat a ranked Tennessee team. That's a good win. Yeah. And it just makes me feel icky inside. That,
here you go, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Enjoy your top 25 road win.
We're coming at our losses are at a result of everyone else's good rankings.
The season just feels like a heartbreak in the way that you lost to Georgia and then dropping that Oklahoma game. You know, Alabama, whatever. You take that L. But
that one was still frustrating. But yeah, like you could get a pass for that, but it's just a wasted opportunity is what I keep coming back to.
The season?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the schedule was there for you to make the playoffs.
Yep.
You feel like you should probably be like where Ole Miss is right now.
It feels.
You mean like where they're ranked, or just like with one loss and in good position, or both, or what?
Both.
Yeah. Well, I feel, where's Ole Miss? Where do they come in ranked at?
7.
Because I feel like if we had one loss, we'd be even higher than that. Because we'd have a win over Georgia and Oklahoma, so I think we'd be even higher than 7. I think we'd be in inside position, the highest ranked one-loss team. I'd say we'd be there kind of more so where Alabama is, but just a wasted opportunity is what I keep coming back to.
Do you call it a failure going 9-3 against this schedule?
No,
you can't call it a failure.
No, I don't. I can't call it a failure. I can't call it a failure, but I can call it a disappointment. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're looking at it from a grade standpoint, right? If you make a C, you didn't fail.
Right.
Even if you make a D, you didn't fail. It's not an F, but it's a disappointment. You could have gotten a B. You could have gotten an A. You still disappointed your parents when you came home. I got a 75. I'm really disappointed in you. But you didn't fail. That's kind of the way I look at it.
It was supposed to be an easy test.
It was. Well, it was and it wasn't. Like when I put you in school, when you signed up for the class, we didn't expect that you were going to make an A or a B. But then, yeah, once you got in and saw the coursework, it was a lot easier than we thought. And really, it just came down to you not showing up to class on time. You didn't participate in the group study. You didn't participate in the in-class discussion as much as you should have. Something that,
you didn't do the little things.
Yeah, like you could have you did great on the final test. Good job. Or you did good overall, but like you didn't do enough in the discussions. You didn't do enough in the lab. So like you really just were lazy. There's no excuse that you didn't get a B or an A in this class. Is kind of the way I look at it. And not doing the little things. Like even beating Georgia, whatever. I mean, I understand the G on the helmet's scary for us, apparently, and we can't beat them. But you could have beaten Oklahoma.
It's a good analogy. Had you studied a little more.
Yeah, just apply yourself.
Maybe, yeah. There's no reason you should have missed that Oklahoma question, in my opinion.
No. And if you took the time and just read the damn instructions, you'd have passed the Georgia test as well. If you just would have done a couple little things better. Double check your work. It's just lazy.
I'm trying to stay positive, with the bye week coming and going, and then New Mexico State now. I mean, we got this game. I'm trying to take the optimistic road of you can still beat Florida in the Swamp, a terrible, terrible, god-awful Florida team. It's still something you haven't done in 22 years. You can still ruin Vandy's season, and you can still win 10 games with a bowl win.
If Josh Heupel doesn't beat Florida this year,
it's over.
All of his goodwill is done, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a make or break game there, right, for the fan base.
Oh, yeah, that one becomes inexcusable.
Danny wouldn't fire him after that loss, but like he'd be, to me, starting next season with no goodwill.
Yeah.
Losing to this Florida team in the Swamp almost would be the equivalent of beating Alabama in 22 in terms of feelings and vibes. This Florida team that lost, 38-7 to Kentucky?
You mean the other side of that scale.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be jubilant if we lose to Florida. Yeah, I'm saying
this would be as bad of a loss as that was a good win.
Yeah, I'm saying it cancels it out. If Alabama was a +10, that's a -10, and you're back to square one. Is almost how I feel about that. So, like you say, if you beat Florida, you damn sure better beat Florida.
It's a team that has quit.
Right.
They
literally,
clearly,
like, the players are like, hey, we're done now.
They're clearly, you lose 38-7 to Kentucky, you've quit.
Although, Sam, you told me they're putting Lagway back in as a starter. Is that what you told me yesterday?
I told you that.
Yeah,
you told me that?
That
okay.
was Cody's headlines, I think.
Okay. So Lagway, they just set him down for a little bit. It was like, hey, good luck. Clear your minds. Get back out there. That seems crazy to me.
You can still play in a Florida bowl game.
Now, see, that stuff, that doesn't matter to me, really.
I know it doesn't matter to you, but that 10 on the double-digit wins, I still count the bowl game. If we were to finish 10-3, then at that point you become the best team that didn't compete for a championship. Something to really hang your hat on.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess like last year, did Ole Miss win their bowl game? I know South Carolina lost theirs, right?
Pretty sure they just like destroyed Duke, I want to say.
Okay. I know Alabama lost theirs. I know South Carolina lost theirs. I wasn't sure if Alabama. I know Alabama lost to Michigan. I wasn't sure if Ole Miss had won theirs.
Yeah, I mean, it would feel kind of like Ole Miss's season last year.
You didn't have the Kentucky loss that ruined things, but Oklahoma at home ain't. It's much better than Kentucky, but it's still really frustrating. Like it.
Yeah.
52-20 against Duke.
Okay.
They put Jackson Dart out there for another game and just said, go have fun.
Yeah, I don't know who our bowl opponent
400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Like, personally, I don't care about the bowl game, the bowl win. I definitely would rather win it than lose it, so I guess I care a little bit. But, like, I don't think I'd run around saying it was another 10-win season. But I will say 9-3 would be where we're comfortable being in the preseason. So I think if you keep the big picture, you could come out of it and just be like, you know what? Some games were frustrating. Yeah, you missed some opportunities, but 9-3 is by no means a bad season. Then, of course, you'll do the stats of this is actually like the third best season we've had in 25 years when you look at 9 regular season wins.
Yeah, and just when you look at that bird's eye view, when you're scrolling the Josh Heupel Wikipedia 10 years from now, it's, oh, wow, they won double-digit games 3 out of 4 years there. That was 10 wins. That's a good year.
That does help. Now, whenever I'm scrolling people's Football Reference and looking at the wins and losses and stuff, I do try to look to see bowl game win or loss, and I do judge it differently, but it is nice just to see the double-digit numbers. You are correct about that.
I know that the bowl game doesn't matter anymore the way it used to. But I still like that vibe of the year, that end of the year, like you're playing in a bowl game and it's, the season's coming to an end. You got one more. As long as it's like a New Year's Day game, I mean, I still care a little bit about the bowl game. I like bowl games. Some of them are more meaningful than others.
Sure.
They still have a reputation of – now, if you're in the Music City Bowl, I couldn't really care less about that one. But
do you look at bowl mattering more or opponent mattering more?
I think both.
If it was a Music City Bowl against Miami at 9-3 versus 9-3,
that'd be a fun game.
Yeah, do you care more about that than like a Florida Bowl against Iowa again for the 10th time? Like,
probably, yeah. Yeah, I think I would rather, the opponent. Is it another team that's showing up to play and motivated and like, because that it could springboard you into a good off season.
I mean, the vibes are always better after a win than a loss. I will say that, and if young guys go in and flash, because I mean, I do think beating Iowa a couple years ago with Nico getting his first start, I do think that made you more excited to watch him play. I do think that helped with the vibes of that offseason.
Remember when we beat down Northwestern like 45-6?
Sure.
That felt good at the time. It's like, oh, this team's going to be something next year.
Yeah.
And they should have been.
Yeah. It can work. But beating Nebraska down in 2016.
Oh, totally different vibe.
Didn't do that at all.
No, that was a totally different feeling after that one.
Yeah.
But we felt like we were trending up, I think is what it was.
I don't think the ball game really made you like think you were trending upwards. Now, look, I do think losing to Northwestern would have been a real like what the hell thing, but like I don't know. I think it was just having all that young talent on the roster and kind of moving to the Josh Dobbs era.
The Northwestern game, I don't remember what the line on that game was, but no one thought it was going to be an absolute beatdown.
I want to say it was like 3.5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, to beat them the way you did felt good.
The Iowa one the year before felt better, though, no?
To me, I'd say Northwestern felt better because 2015, you lost all those games close.
Yeah.
And you had a lead in every one of them. And I think that the way your talent, your crop of talent was getting a little bit older. They were getting more seasoned.
Yeah.
And I think by the time you dominated that game, the thought was this team's going to be really good in 2016. Like, this is going to be a championship contending team.
See, I think the end of 2014 going into 2015 when you beat Iowa up a little bit and you just was back to looking so fast compared to the Big Ten, And like you're like, okay, we're getting ready to turn the team over to Dobbs and have an actual quarterback that fits the system, and have some of these young legacy class guys will be like sophomores. It'll be time for them to play. I remember being much more excited coming out of that game than I was the Northwestern.
Well, they were both good vibes games.
Yeah, you had back-to-back of those.
Yeah,
but when you look at the big picture of the season, if you do go 9-3, and that includes a win over Florida, that was something that a lot of people said they would lock in the preseason. No,
yeah. And if you take that step back, I mean, a lot of people thought 9 wins, that'll be good this year.
Now, look, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I don't know if I would have necessarily been thrilled with that if you gave it to me in the offseason. I would have locked it in to avoid like the floor, to avoid the bottom falling out. But also, like, as we got in and got more data and watched this team, like 9-3 against this Florida team and a win over like a 4-win, 5-win Florida team, that's a little bit different than what we signed up for in the preseason when Florida looked like they might be a top 15 team, right? We can also acknowledge that.
Of course. The context of the schedule matters. The context of how the season went.
Your best win being a win over Vanderbilt at home doesn't necessarily get you too excited, but if it's a top 15 Vanderbilt that you knock out of the playoffs, followed by a win in the swamp, or that does follow a win in the swamp, I think that's okay for the vibes. I think we could live with that. I still haven't given up on the playoff pipe dream just because it's just something I need personally.
To keep you going.
Yeah, it's like those parents in the movies when their kids disappear and they're still like checking everything. I just need to kind of think they're still out there.
Well,
not to be grim, but that's kind of how I feel about my playoff chances. I'm just going to, until the cops come. This is morbid. I'm sorry.
What are you saying when you get a missing kid?
Yeah, it's morbid. I'm sorry. But I was just saying, you just need hope. You need to still think that somebody's out. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was
Natalie Holloway.
That was in poor taste, but it is the analogy that popped in my mind. I don't want to close that book.
Did I ever tell you about my connection to Natalie Holloway?
I'm sure you have, but it's been years.
My friend Madeline in school when we were kids, she was one of my best friends. She was one of the cheerleaders.
Okay.
And she was a pageant girl growing up. She was that type of girl.
Yeah.
And when she was a little girl, Natalie Holloway they were best friends. Like they grew up together. Her mom and Natalie's mom, I forget her name, but because she was from like somewhere around like Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So somehow they knew each other.
Uh-huh.
And they grew up together.
Did I ever tell you about my connection to John Benet Ramsey?
No.
Yes, I have. I've told you many times. But my first girlfriend used to do like pageants with John Benet Ramsey as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, she was a pageant girl. I mean, she's had documentaries and stuff made about her. She was on Anderson.
It's weird that we both have connections to a disappearance.
Yeah. Yeah. Pageants are weird, huh? Those kid pageants.
It's a weird life. Yeah, weird upbringing. Yeah.
Now, I know I should know this, but give me the quick backstory on Natalie Holloway.
She went to Aruba.
Okay, that one. So she didn't disappear as a kid or nothing. She was the adult.
She was older.
Okay.
Yeah, but she was definitely like murdered out on a boat.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Or was that there was that other one, Lacey Peterson. Was she the one murdered out on the boat?
I don't know.
Those were both big stories when we were younger, but I can't remember exactly how it went. But
she was 18 years old, yeah, and she disappeared in Aruba.
Yeah. And it took a lot of years for them to finally figure out like she was dead, but obviously she was.
Well, you keep going until you get the closer, and that's just kind of what I was talking about this playoff run. You just till you get the closer, you just keep going. You got to.
Well, you think about Ole Miss and South Carolina last year. They at least thought they at
least had something to root for the last couple of weeks.
They had a chance to, yeah.
At least had something to root for.
Well, and you got some results you needed this past weekend,
right?
So
I'm still going to put the clown makeup on Sam, and I'm going to come and I'm going to, put the rooting God out. We're going to try to piece together something to keep having hope.
Yeah,
man has to have hope, or he'll drive himself mad.
It's just going to be enough to get you pissed off,
and that's fine.
That's where I'm at. And honestly, I'm still probably going to be in the same boat as you. I'm just going to do it anyways and get pissed off later.
I will too.
I'd rather be pissed off than not care.
Normally that expression is different than that.
Sure.
I think it's the idea of having 5 teams from the SEC in. That feels like a very large amount.
Well, yeah, Bubba, you're probably right. We'll look at the rankings and we'll kind of, just kind of cipher through them. But I do think the SEC getting 5 is not the far-fetched part. I think the SEC getting 5, I think, is a real realistic scenario. The problem is Tennessee being that 5th team. To me, that's the hard part. Getting 5 SEC teams, to me, doesn't seem that far-fetched. It's Tennessee being the 5th one. We'll look at the rankings after the break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out? Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
God knows I am reincarnated.
There are 6 teams in the SEC right now in the top 11. So like I said, I do think the idea of the SEC getting 5 in is not far-fetched. It's just that Tennessee being the number 5 team, that's the hard part to believe. Tennessee positioning themselves all the way up as the 5th best is tough.
Yeah, at this point, it is. But November can get wacky. We've seen it in years past, and it can happen. What's our best path? If we're going to play this game, I think it's Texas collecting 4 losses.
Yep, Texas has to collect 4 losses. That is a no-doubter, a no-brainer. It has to happen because either one of their wins, if they don't collect 4 losses, would be at Georgia or against assumedly undefeated assumedly. Number 3, Texas Tech. That would be, or Texas A&M. That would be likely undefeated.
Right. And 3-loss Texas is going to get in over you at that point.
Correct.
So,
because they had 2 of their losses would be to Ohio State on the road and or one of that Georgia or Texas A&M teams. So, like, yeah, they would be stamped. Texas has a pretty good chance of getting in as a 3-loss team, I would say, at this point. If they're able to win one of these 2 games.
Yeah, I think so too, given their who they would have beaten, having beaten either Georgia or A&M. So you need them to lose both those games.
Just looking at their playoff odds, or their gambling odds at least, Texas is only plus 184. So, I mean, that's pretty low odds. They are positioned pretty well right now.
I don't think they'll win in Athens. I'd be surprised if they beat Georgia. It's where A&M's going to finally screw me. I've been waiting on them to collapse all year, and they're going to collapse against Texas.
If Texas loses to Georgia this weekend and a couple other things happen, I do think this has a chance for the percentage to keep kind of going down to where it becomes a real thing. Like, not a 50-50 proposition at all, but like, I do think there's a chance we head into the last week with like a 20% chance.
You know who else is a problem, though, is Oklahoma.
There was one year, Sam. I think it was 2008, maybe. I want to say it was a 2008 Titans that got to like week 17 and needed like 6 things to go right to make the playoffs. They needed to beat the Patriots, and they needed like 5 teams to lose. And all those things happened except the Patriots beat the Titans, so you didn't get in. But like, I remember just sitting there all week. This could happen. This could happen. This could happen. And they all happened. But then, boom. You didn't take care of business yourself. Maybe it wasn't 08 wouldn't be right. Maybe it was 09.
I was gonna say, I feel like 08 was a good run.
08 was the year we were undefeated and lost to Baltimore. But I can't remember what it was. Maybe it wasn't 09 either. Maybe it was before then. But
well, the way the college football media has propped up this damn Pavia all year in this Vanderbilt story.
2006 is the year I'm thinking of. We had won 6 games in a row and was at 8-7. It was Vince Young's rookie year. That's what I was thinking. Duh. Vince Young's rookie year. And then, you lost to New England 40-23. Damn. So, I mean, like, maybe all that stuff happens and, like, you were going to say, then Pavia just beat you.
Well, I was going to say, like, maybe if you can hang on to beating that team convincingly at the, the last regular season week of the year, it's like, oh, look at Tennessee. They've come back and really made a case here. They've won 3 in a row to close out the year, and look at what they did to Vanderbilt and Pavia. Hang on to that hope, I guess.
I do feel like the top 8 teams all feel pretty luckish, assuming nothing super crazy happens, like no huge statistical anomalies. I would say Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, and Oregon. Since Oregon beat Iowa, I would say all 8 of those 95% or 90% or better of making the playoff at this point.
So can Oklahoma and Tennessee both get in? Because
I would say no.
Because you're looking at
it would take 6 SEC teams at that point. I don't think that happens.
That's going to be our problem.
Yeah.
Oklahoma is going to be the thorn in our side because I don't think they're going to lose to LSU or Missouri.
I think they could lose to one of those.
They could, but then they're still sitting with 3 losses, and they got the head-to-head over you, right?
Well, they lose to Alabama. They play Alabama this week. You have to have Alabama.
Yeah.
You have to have Alabama beat Oklahoma. Like, that is
that'll happen.
That is number 1 to me, Sam, on the power ranking of the games you're rooting for this weekend. Like, the rooting guide, you have to have Alabama beat Oklahoma.
Okay, that's an important.
Number 2 is probably you have to have Georgia beat Texas. That's this weekend too, right?
Yeah.
You got to have that happen as well.
You need your 2 old hated rivals to pull through for you.
Which Sark is 2-8 versus top 6 teams at Texas.
Okay.
He's going to lose to Kirby. I mean, that's coming. And Oklahoma's going to lose to Alabama. But then you need them both to lose again.
It's
damn expansion.
Well, the expansion, are you meaning the expansion of the playoffs or the expansion of the conferences? Because to me, the conference expansions, to me, like, that's the biggest gripe I have with college sports right now, especially college football. Like, the fact that these teams aren't all playing each other, it just doesn't feel like a conference. Feels gross.
We let these newcomers in, and now they're going to screw us.
They took our jobs.
So if Oklahoma and Texas can both lose 2 more games,
right, then I think you have a puncher's chance at that point. And I do think if they both take losses this week, you at least roll the dice that A&M gets Texas, and that either Missouri or LSU has one magical game where they can pull it upset for you. And let's not act like that Oklahoma team is not above, playing close, ugly games.
No,
getting upset.
They're not above it. It's hard for me to see them losing to one of those teams.
Sure.
They get them both at home too, right?
I
think Missouri and LSU are
both at home
in Norman. Yeah,
you're right. They are both in Norman.
It's hard for me to see. Maybe Missouri. We would need Missouri to do us a real solid.
I think LSU's defense could keep Oklahoma's defense. So, that game would be like 12-9 or like 16-12. Yeah. And you just roll the dice there that there's a turnover or something, that the pressure of maybe being in the playoff gets to Oklahoma at that point. But Bubba, I do think there's going to be 5 SEC teams. I do think the ACC kind of falling apart last weekend kind of set that up. We'll see about BYU and Utah. We'll see if they can if one of those can navigate their way and find a way to try to maybe be an at-large. But
so what would you be looking at? 5 SEC, 3 Big Ten, Notre Dame, and then 1 bid each from the group of 5, Big 12 and ACC?
Yeah.
The path, the path might be there if you can. You just need Oklahoma and Texas to fall, right?
Those are the 2 most important things this weekend, yeah. Those are the 2 most important things. As far as the Big Ten goes, they got the 1 and 2 at the top, Oregon at number 8, and then you get USC and Michigan kind of hovering there at 17 and 18. So you need those guys to lose another one too.
Well, Michigan's still got to play Ohio State, obviously.
Yep. And then USC plays at Oregon, home against Iowa and UCLA.
They'll drop 1.
You would think so.
It's going to be a damn shame when Michigan beats Ohio State again and then they get in.
You also probably need to dodge Iowa winning out just because they're ranked ahead of you, and that might be scary because they play at USC and at Nebraska. If they win both those games, they might get in as a 3-loss team. That would be pretty crazy if Iowa at 3 losses.
I don't think that would happen if you then beat Vanderbilt. I think the committee would put you ahead of Iowa.
I don't know, man. If you look at Iowa's schedule, a close loss to Iowa State on the road, a close loss to Indiana, and a close loss to Oregon by 2 points on a last-second field goal. I think their losses are just as good, if not better, than ours. When you look at, we lost by 17 to Alabama and lost.
I don't think losing to Iowa State.
I'm just saying losing by 3 is almost always on the road is going to almost always be looked at more favorably than losing by 17 just on a snapshot.
But the recency bias of Tennessee just beating Vanderbilt. What are we 1 spot behind them?
They'd beat at USC, Michigan, and at Nebraska to finish the season. They'd be finishing strong too. They'd be winners of 6 of their last 7 with their win-loss being a last-second field goal. So I think their recency bias.
They got at USC and at Michigan?
No, at USC and at Nebraska. Michigan State sandwiched in between at home.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you guys think that was the dumbest conversation ever because you've given up and don't think we have a chance. But again, I want some damn hope. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311. At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Oh, I'm pumped. Carson Mesco making his debut in Atlanta. I'm excited to see what he does coming to Atlanta to coach Ryan Howard and Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner now in Atlanta. I'm excited to see what they look like tonight.
Not in Russia?
Thought she was in the NBA.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Two competing jokes with neither one of them being funny.
Mine got a couple of chuckles from the audience. For sure. There's somebody driving down the interstate chuckling right now.
You do the lowest common denominator comedy. There'll always be somebody in the lowest common denominator. You'll
Call it what you will. If people are laughing, they're laughing.
A couple of them.
Laughter is laughter.
A couple of
Not
them.
everybody watches Nathan For You.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
What was your favorite one that he did?
On Nathan For You ever?
Yeah.
There's a couple clips that make me laugh that wouldn't be my favorite skits, but the nail salon valet when he does the Asian voice maybe makes me laugh more than any. The lawyer in Dumb Starbucks when he's like, what kind of lawyer am I?
He does an Asian voice?
Yeah.
What's it like?
He does the very stereotypical Asian voice.
Like, how's it go?
Well, I'm not doing it. It's like, this isn't me doing it. This is me quoting him doing it. So like, this is not what I think of a voice, but he's trying to do a character, right? He was trying to do the stereotypical, what you see in the cartoons, But I don't know. I don't know if I should do it.
On 1340 WKGN.
Well, I just I wonder what it sounds like because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'll do it for you. But again, this is not me saying it. This is me quoting someone else saying it, doing an impression.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to park your car?
Yeah, I'm Chinese. And what? Yeah, you know who this is. Jin, let me tell you this. The days of the pork fried rice and the chicken wings coming to your house by me is over.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. As always, drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Saw this tweet. Texas A&M can make the SEC championship game without playing Ole Miss, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, or Tennessee.
That's crazy.
Georgia Tech could make the ACC title game without playing Miami, Louisville, Virginia, SMU, or Duke. Ohio State could make the Big Ten title game without playing Oregon, Indiana, Iowa, or USC. It's like all those teams that are there competing for those spots. And I threw Tennessee in there for Texas A&M. I know we're not competing for a spot to go to the conference championship game at this point, but that's just kind of crazy that A&M wouldn't play Ole Miss, Bama, or Georgia, the other 3 highest-ranked teams, Oklahoma and Vandy, the next 2 highest-ranked teams, or Tennessee.
So they would literally just the only team they've played will have been Texas.
That would be it. That is
wild.
Gross.
It's wild.
That is gross when you think about it. I don't think I fully realized
Like, has their schedule just been that super easy? Like, I mean, like
Yeah.
Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, Missouri, both on the road, and South Carolina.
Yeah.
LSU and Missouri not being any damn good gave them a wide open cakewalk. Let's add some hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thank you, John. The New York Giants are expected to start Jameis Winston against the Packers on Sunday, sources told Adam Schefter.
Giants money line.
I've honestly been surprised that whenever Jackson Dart's gotten hurt that they've gone to Russell Wilson. Like I said, there's no more of a black cloud in really all of professional sports right now than Russell Wilson. The drop-off from whoever else is playing, Jackson Dart to him is very noticeable. The crowd groans. They get mad. They go from happy to sad. I imagine the players feel that and feel the same way. Russell Wilson's done as a quarterback in this league. Jameis ain't great either, but at least Jameis, the team doesn't hate him. The fans don't hate him yet. No brainer on making a move.
Did you happen to see the Northern Lights last night?
Not live, not in person. I saw the pictures of people posting, mostly from the mid-state, right? Were they here too?
Well, I don't know. That's what my friend sent us some pictures. He saw them, but he lives in Cincinnati.
Everybody I saw posting it was like, for the most part, mid-state. Now, maybe there were some. I was out, at 8:30, 9 o'clock or so, and I didn't notice anything, but I did not see them, no.
I didn't either. Anything to these rumors about Dabo to Arkansas?
Huh? I haven't seen those. Those come from your Arkansas friends?
No, actually they didn't. Brandon Walker, the Barstool guy, tweeted out, "Oh my goodness, Arkansas football. Wow is all I can say. That would be impressive." People are saying it's in reference to Dabo, potentially.
Give me the tweet again.
Brandon Walker says, "Oh my goodness, Arkansas football," with the looking eyes emoji. Wow is all I can say. That would be impressive. That's all he said.
Dabo's not going to leave Clemson for Arkansas. Come on.
I wouldn't think so, but the chicken man, I mean, you wouldn't have thought they would have gotten Calipari either.
If the chicken man's got so much damn money, can somebody let him know that it's not 2002 anymore? You can't just pay big money for coaches. You got to actually pay for players too. Like, instead of going out and spending all this damn money on coaches, like maybe put some towards NIL, because didn't Sam Pittman and their AD cry about how they didn't have the resources to compete? Come on, chicken man, if you're really rich.
There's some rumors about Dabo, but I don't know if any of that is founded.
What all coaches would make you say wow for Arkansas? Like, wow, big move, great move.
I mean, Gruden
would still make you say, wow, like big move?
For them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't disagreeing. I'm just...
James Franklin.
Sam, you agree? Both James Franklin and John Gruden make you say wow for Arkansas?
Franklin would. Gruden just kind of seems on brand for like their little experiments that they're trying to do over there, but I don't think he would be like a, wow, Arkansas is back in the SEC type of move.
Bubba, would John Gruden make you go wow for Arkansas?
It would. They got the white whale.
I think it would make me say wow, but not like an all caps, wow, this is so good, but just like a wow, I can't believe John Gruden's actually doing this. Like, what? That would be my wow. It's like, Arkansas, you've been waiting. We've been chasing you in college football for so long, and Arkansas is the one that actually got you back. That's where my wow would come from. Is there anybody else that would make you say wow for Arkansas? Realistically, obviously not Kiffin or Saban or anybody like that.
Yeah, no, that's about it. That's about it.
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley.
That'd be maybe Lincoln Riley.
That'd be a wow. And I don't feel like that would be realistic at all, especially since USC is still kind of alive in the playoff race.
Their fans believe they're dropping the bag for Golish.
That's not a wow move, though, right?
No.
I mean, I think it'd be a hire that would be interesting. If I'm Golish, I don't know if I'd take that job, but also at the same time, I was watching South Florida play last week, and they're still kind of in the playoff mix, and there was nobody in the stands watching them. So if I'm Golish, I might just be getting out of there
because it's not a serious place. Maybe I'm going somewhere serious.
I am ready for somebody to hire somebody. I'm intrigued by who these schools are going to bring in.
I did see a report. Make sure I'm quoting it right. I did see a report that said there has been a hire accepted, but it won't be announced. Yep. Okay. So, this is, let me make sure this is not a stupid account, but it looks like a stupid account. You see Bob got again last night?
No, what was it?
They were on Bob's neck yesterday in the lobby. Russell was like, telling Bob, make sure you double check, make sure this is real. And Bob's kind of laughing, being like, yeah, I know. And then like at 10:15, it happened again last night, but it does appear he's deleted it. But it was it, what's the guy's name from Marquette that was there a couple years ago? Howard.
Oh, the guy, Marcus Howard. The Barcelona, how he's coming back.
Yeah.
One of my buddies sent that to me, and he was like, "This got me as well."
247 Sport posted that basically a guy spent 2 leagues overseas playing professional is coming back, and at 10:15, I saw my boy Bob says, "Feels like there's a new twist on the eligibility rules almost daily now!" Exclamation point. And I almost tweeted like, "Bob, no!" Like the Walter White, like, "No, don't do it."
But I almost got a few days ago. There was one guy who was like, Mark Pope will miss the Louisville game because he has jury duty.
Yeah, that one almost got me. I almost put that on headlines yesterday. It seems realistic, possibly.
I don't know which one got Bob, but Russ was giving Bob a hard time. And I knew it was even bad because Bear was joining in on giving him a hard time. And I was like, oh, Bob's not going to like that. Bear's trying to treat him that way. But, yeah, then at 10:15, I about texted him, come on, Bob, take it down. But
he figured it out.
Yeah,
we all make mistakes.
We do.
We've all been there. Hey, Cooper Flagg going to Maine.
Well, some stuff you just look at and say, hold on, let's do a little vetting and verifying.
He's from there. He wants to stay home. He could have been just as good if he'd gone to Maine. He'd still be in the NBA.
He would still be in the NBA, I would say.
The Eagles, Jair Alexander is stepping away from the NFL. One of the top corners.
No. Top corners of like 2000
historically.
Yeah,
one of the top corners of recent memory.
Okay,
be a good way to put
historically, no. One of the top corners of 2021 and 22, maybe. But his name has carried a lot of weight since then.
Jair Alexander has decided to step away from football in order to focus on getting right physically and mentally amid his ongoing recovery from off-season knee surgery. A league source told ESPN. He informed the Eagles of his decision Tuesday. So
the Eagles traded for him, right? I mean, it was just a pick swap. Like, hey, we'll give you a 6th-round pick. You give us a 7th-round pick, whatever. But the Eagles did go and, trade for him. And everyone's like, Howie Roseman, he's done it again. And then he will never play a snap for the Eagles, at least in this season. But I guess he says, hey, I got to get my body right. Got to get my mind right. Seems kind of weird just to kind of quit on the season, but you do you, man.
Antonio Brown pled not guilty to attempted murder.
Okay.
You think he did it?
Well, I mean, we know he did it, right? It's just whether or not he's the lawyer's going to try to say it's not attempted murder, but he shot his gun, right? Like we have video of him shooting his gun, right?
Yeah, there is video of it. His lawyer filed a not guilty plea on his behalf. Brown was released from jail late Tuesday morning for the transfer to Florida, released from New Jersey for the transfer to Florida. The former All-Pro wide receiver had waived extradition to Florida from New Jersey, where he was brought following his arrest in Dubai.
I guess the argument's going to be like, hey, that wasn't actually attempted murder. That was just a warning shot in the air or something like that. It is going to be the attempt to get out of trouble. But
he was accused of grabbing a handgun from a security staffer after
Staffer. This guy said staffer.
The next word was after.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
From a security staffer after a celebrity boxing match on May 16th and firing 2 shots at a man he had gotten into a fist fight with earlier.
Say that 5 times fast. Am I right?
Staffer after, staffer after, staffer after, staffer after, staffer after.
Wow. He just did it.
Got it done that time.
Let's go. You know what that shows right there? Focus. Focus is important because you were focused and you locked in and you did it. When you weren't focused, you made a mistake.
Yeah, I was trying to read too fast.
Yeah.
The victim, Zulkarnain Kwame Nantambu, told investigators that one of the bullets grazed his neck.
I mean, look, if you shoot somebody and it grazes your neck, that does feel like you can get attempted murder for that. That does feel like something that I would feel like you attempted to murder me if you shot me and it grazed my neck, right?
Well, that's what he told them, that it grazed his neck.
Okay, so they're trying to prove that.
Yeah, I imagine that has to be, that'll be part of the court.
What was that name again?
The name was Zulkarnain Kwame Nantambu. That was the guy he allegedly shot at. I don't think Antonio Brown will go down for attempted murder.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think his fame is working in his favor at this point. Like, I think if you have kept up at all with Antonio Brown over the last decade, he's entered that zone where you could say he's done anything. I mean, he's had multiple standoffs with the police, right? Didn't he barricade himself in the house in Miami that one time? And like it was reported that he was having kind of a shootout with the police. I think he's been very crazy for like a decade straight. So I think his fame is actually working hard against him at this point. I don't know how much money he has left. Like if he has the money and the wealth to like fight this, I would argue that he probably doesn't have the level of wealth to get out of something like this, and that his fame, like I said, has worked against him because we know he's crazy. Oh, yeah, he did that stuff. Yep. That's how I feel about it, at least. We'll see. Attempted murder, though. Do you remember the video? Was he shooting in the air? Was he shooting like at people? Like I remember seeing it, but I don't remember the details of it.
I don't remember the details of it either.
Yeah. Because I think those are two drastically different things. If he's shooting in the air, yeah, he's fine. But if he shot into a crowd, that does feel like attempted murder.
Bill Belichick says he's not concerned about the Giants' job. You know, they fired Brian Daboll.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Daboll. I've never known how to say his name. Daboll?
He's not good enough to worry about.
Daboll? I don't know. Well, the Giants fired him yesterday, and Bill Belichick says he's focused on Wake Forest right now. That's where his focus lies. Getting ready for Wake Forest. That's all I got, he said, when asked about the Giants' job.
That's the one that I've always thought would give him a chance. That if he was going to get back in the NFL, I thought the Giants would be the one that made sense. Like that's kind of where he cut his teeth. That's where, he got his career started for the most part under Bill Parcells. He always talks about, Lawrence Taylor being the best football player of all time and how much he loves Lawrence Taylor and yada, yada, yada. Like that's where he like really became like it felt like a real NFL coach. I mean, it wasn't his first job. It was his first defensive coordinator gig. He was a defensive coordinator there for 5 years there in the mid-'80s, late 90s, from 85 to 90.
Parcells, yeah.
Yeah, and they won a Super Bowl. So, like, I mean, that feels like a fitting end to his career in the NFL if they're willing to give him a chance. If you're the Giants and you just want stability, maybe Bill Belichick isn't that guy anymore, which is kind of funny because he was the epitome of stability for so long. Do your job.
Would that be a good hire for the Giants? I mean, would you sign up for that? It feels like Bill is like past his prime.
Oh, yeah. I think if I'm a Giants fan, I don't really want Bill Belichick, but I think if we hired him, you could easily sell me on it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing my list, I want somebody young and innovative that's going to coach Jackson Dart up. But like if you hired Bill Belichick, you could easily tell me like, oh, he's got this staff. He's going to do this, this, and this. He's not going to do player personnel. He's not going to be in charge of GM and the team. And you could sell me on it.
Yeah, like this guy was 4-5 at North Carolina. Couldn't even win in the ACC.
Yeah, but won back-to-back games. They're playing better down the stretch. That's what improvement is.
This guy couldn't even win in the ACC.
But again, they've won 2 in a row, so they're improving. It's progress.
They might win another one if they can take down Wake Forest. That'd be it'd be a pretty good coaching job if he got North Carolina to a bowl game after the way that started.
After the way it started with the way everyone's talking about how he wasn't going to survive and that he was going to quit and get fired. Like if they did rally and won like 3 of their last 5 or 4 of their last 5, that'd be a pretty at Wake Forest, Duke, and at NC State. I mean, like they have a chance to win all those games.
Yeah, I'd say those are winnable.
And I will say the defense does seem like they've gotten better. Now they haven't played anybody necessarily great, but like once it hit rock bottom against Clemson, they lost 38-10, and I think all 38 of those points, at least 35 of them, were in the first half.
Yeah.
And Dabo caught off the dogs. They gave up 21 against Cal. They lost because I believe Nathan Leacock fumbled going into the end zone. He had a touchdown. I think it was Leacock.
PFL.
Had a touchdown. And he got stripped. They lose by 3, so they could have easily beaten Cal. They lost 17-16 to Virginia in overtime.
Yeah, they should have had that one.
And then, beat Syracuse and their backup quarterback 27-10. Stanford, they gave up a late touchdown to win 20-15 in that game. So the defense is at least playing better.
Old Chapel Bill.
So he's done an all right job. We'll see. But if I'm him, I'm getting to the NFL as soon as possible. Like, hey, deuces, see you losers later. I'm going back to the NFL.
Maybe we'll play them in a bowl game.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
That would be pretty gross.
Tennessee and UNC in the Belk Bowl.
Anything else on headlines?
That'll do.
Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, come on, play football?
No, no, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out? Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad. Today! Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Check in with the freaks over on YouTube TV. Shout out to everybody that watches us on Fan Run TV on YouTube, not YouTube TV. Can you access YouTube from YouTube TV? You can, right?
You can't watch anything on YouTube TV.
Bubba's shaking his head. No, you can't get to YouTube on there. Well, shout out to all the freaks watching on Fan Run TV on YouTube. Buck says he's more patient but less tolerant, Cody.
Okay.
More patient but less tolerant.
Maybe I was using them interchangeably. I think that's what I mean, too.
Mr. Do Work Son 100 says he's 46 years old, and it took him that long to figure out he'd rather be happy than right, especially when you're married. So maybe he just disconnects from the argument.
Okay.
Valhawk 922 says more patient. I have small children, and nothing anybody does tests my patience as much as they do.
Yeah, I think it's more the tolerance than it is the patience. I think it's not the patience I have a problem with. It's the tolerance. Being tolerant of people's stupid BS. Basically.
Elijah Roberson 61 says, I find I'm getting more patient since I've moved out of my parents' house. Plus, after I about got into a fight with a parking attendant for a Tennessee basketball game, I've calmed down. What do you mean you almost fought a parking attendant at a Tennessee basketball game, Elijah? That seems, although credit to him, that would be a moment you should do some self-reflection and say, hey, maybe I've got a problem. Maybe I need to relax. If I'm getting that worked up, I'm going to fight some poor attendant just trying to do their job. So credit to Elijah for doing some self-reflection there. It'd be easy to find some zen after realizing you about snapped like a psycho. Speaking of zen, it's Zen o'clock.
It's time.
Destin writes in saying good morning from Boulder.
Who said that?
Destin.
What did Fort Walton say? That was dumb.
You were on a heater, Bo. You're allowed a couple misses. It's a heat check.
I enjoyed it myself. That's why I said it.
Sam, did Bubba not have the damn screen turned?
That was one that was so bad that you just had to laugh.
Sometimes those are the best kind.
Did Bubba not have the damn screen turned on the video again?
I plead the fifth.
Pleading the fifth is testifying against yourself. You're not testifying against yourself. I'm not asking you, Sam, did you have to tell Bubba to turn the screen over? I asked, did Bubba have the screen turned?
Didn't seem like it.
That's 2 days in a row, Bubba. You got one main gig.
Sam sold him out.
Make sure the video's good. Destin's says he is in Boulder listening. Shout out to him.
Boulder. Now that's a town right there, Boulder, Colorado. You ever been to Boulder, Colorado?
No.
You want to see some rich white liberals. That's where you go.
I've been to Golden, Colorado, but not Boulder.
Oh, yeah, Coors Brewing. I know Golden.
But he writes in, beating rivals is more important to him than the playoffs, which I imagine that was based on our conversation about our small percent chance of getting in the playoff. I don't think he's saying for the entire season. I don't think he would say that, but I mean, you're not going to get in the playoff without beating some rivals, but beating Vanderbilt, beating Florida, getting to 9-3, but again, beating those rivals to him more important than our small chance at the playoffs, which I think is fair at this point to say that.
I agree with that, especially in a season like this, because so far you haven't beaten any of your rivals. I guess Kentucky. So, you consider Florida and Vandy to be rivals, then you need to beat them.
Being ranked 23rd is unacceptable at Tennessee. We should never be lower than playoff contention. Sam, is being ranked 23rd unacceptable at Tennessee?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's just some seasons you don't have it. I mean, I know that 23 is not exactly where you want to be, but I think if you go out there and finish the season undefeated, you can kind of get back into that top 20 range, I would say, which to me is kind of the floor of where you want to be, maybe.
If you finish 9-3, I do think we'll be ranked in the top 15, 16. And I think that is an acceptable season. Now, the statement of being ranked 23rd being unacceptable, like I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily agree with that.
It is about how you finish, and I do think you, as you just said, being in the top 15 or 16, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But yeah, finishing barely in the top 25, not acceptable.
I agree with that caveat. If you finish the season at 23, I would say it's unacceptable. Like the week in, week out rankings, I don't think is necessarily fair to do.
I know this goes back to like the changing expectations talk that we had type of thing, but I still am just trying to tell myself that like at some point here in July, half this fan base was saying that going 7-5 is a win this year.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I do think you'll have, if you ride the wave and finish 9-3, and that includes 3 straight wins. Now, look, I know one's New Mexico State, but whatever. You'll say you're on a 3-game winning streak, and the vibes after beating Florida in the Swamp will be good. I don't care if this is a bad Florida team. Some of us projected it was going to be a bad Florida team all along, and I think we still would be excited about winning in the Swamp, and then beating Vanderbilt, especially if they're able to not slip up against Kentucky, and that Vanderbilt team is 9-2 coming in. You will take a lot of joy in beating them and finishing ranked ahead of them.
Yeah, the vibe can still be pretty good to end the year. I mean, 9-3, winning your last 3 that's okay. That's okay. You feel pretty good going into your bowl game at that point. The vibe, I think, has been down since Oklahoma. Part of the reason for that is because obviously you lost and you feel like your playoff hopes went out the window. But just having this lull in between with nothing else going on, with bye week into New Mexico State into Florida, we knew at the time like it was going to suck if you lost to Oklahoma, because then it's 3 weeks until you play another meaningful game.
Yeah, we had tried to say it was going to be a positive because if you beat Oklahoma, you had time to rest and get healthy for your stretch run. But yeah, the flip side of that is you lose and you got nothing for 2.5 weeks.
Winning in the Swamp will cleanse some of your ailments. Will heal some of your that'll be good for Heupel. Good for the PR. Now, there's a lot of pressure there, though, because like you said, you lose that game, it's over. It's over, Josh.
I don't even want to think about what happens if you lose that game.
I mean, it's calling for the firing of Josh Heupel from a good amount of the fan base.
The national media that made up that talking point last week, I think will have some actual legs to stand on, because you will have legitimate people, serious people saying to fire Josh Heupel if you lose that Florida game. Like, I don't want to go as far as calling it the biggest game of his Tennessee career or anything like that, but it will be pressure packed.
Well, especially when you take a step back and you look at like the era that you're in, and it's everybody is kind of in win now mode. You don't really get, you're in year 5 at that point, and you lose to a 3-7 Florida team. It's not as bad as James Franklin losing to UCLA, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah, you're not going to be 28-point favorites like James Franklin was against UCLA. So from that perspective, yeah, it won't be as bad. But look, and to be fair to Josh Heupel, we have lost to a lot of 3, 4, 5-win Florida teams over the last decade. The problem is, that always happens in like September, and we don't get to see that they're terrible before they're terrible. We have to just say, it's early, blah, 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 and they fell apart, or blah. We know this Florida team is bad.
Kentucky just beat them by 31 points.
We've never really been in a position against Florida where it was unacceptable to lose for that reason. You know what I mean? Like every Florida game in the past was early enough to where you didn't know the team was terrible.
Right.
And it was always a respected program and a respected rivalry, or you were bad, or, even when they were bad, they were still, better than you and had a better record at the, or whatever, more talent, whatever you want to say.
And a team that doesn't know it's terrible is still pretty motivated when
Sure.
they play you early like that. And,
Sure. But now we know, like, we should have more motivation as we have a coach. They do not. Our players are not quitting as theirs are. We have a losing streak in the swamp. There's actually something that we can gain by winning this game. And then, we know that they are terrible. So this game would have a lot of pressure on it for that reason. Very rarely, again, would you say Florida is a can't-lose game, but it is a can't-lose game for Josh Heupel this go-round. And that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is the scenario, though. I mean, that is the case. No excuses in that one.
They're so bad.
Who do you think will play this week at quarterback after Joey goes out?
That's a fair question. Sam, Bubba, do you guys have thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't even think Jake Merklinger should see the field personally. I think that he's an afterthought with this program at some point, and if he didn't go win the starting job this year, I don't think he's just going to go magically win it next year, and he's going to improve and be a SEC caliber quarterback without hitting the field. So to me, I'd expect that Merklinger is probably going to be transferring and just say, hey, let's go give this McIntyre kid a couple drives to kind of get loose.
King George.
He feels like he's got more future with the program than Merklinger does. I think you need to start building for that instead of just
he's definitely got more future.
Happy for the last 3 games of the season.
Yeah, he's definitely got more future. I do wonder though, Sam, you're talking about what should happen versus what you actually think will happen. Do you think
that won't happen?
Yeah, it won't happen, but it should happen.
Do you think it'll be Merklinger?
Yeah, it'll be like 3 quarters of Joey Aguilar when it should have been 2. 1 quarter of Merklinger and then 1 drive of McIntyre,
where he just kind of gets to hand the ball off, or throw it
off to people that never get legitimate playing time, and we don't really get a chance to feel out what he is as a quarterback.
Yeah,
that is what will happen.
That feels right.
And I would say Heupel has shown loyalty through most of his tenure here. He was very loyal to Joe Milton. I would say kind of feels some loyalty to Merklinger too, in terms of just like letting him play to get some transfer tape to try to help him, find a new spot this offseason.
I mean, loyalty is one thing, but what about hustle? What about respect?
Who said that? I can't see them. You disappeared. Where did you go, John Cena? But yeah, I mean, I think we all want to see George McIntyre, although I thought it was noteworthy what Austin Price said. I think it was Monday night in their Monday night chat when asked about the quarterback next year and, who he'd bet his money on, transfer or McIntyre. And he said he thinks McIntyre, but that, basically McIntyre kind of called him out for not taking the weight gain seriously. And just said basically just like his main goal of fall, basically his main goal since he got on campus is gain weight, get bigger, get stronger. And just like it hasn't happened. Yeah, and said like
must be nice.
Just said like that should be his main focus. And like he hasn't done the work there. And that's kind of a red flag and kind of alarming.
I would be willing if someone over there would pay me and maybe cut me a check, I would be willing to take King George under my wing and help him gain weight.
Take him out for a couple meals.
I have a lot of tips on what to do. I'm pretty experienced in the field myself. I think my record speaks for itself. And by record, I mean just, take a look.
I got some friends over there on the staff, even one of the main nutritionists. I've wouldn't call her a friend per se, but I can get in touch with her. I've talked to her a couple times.
A nutritionist is not what he needs.
Right, but I'll be like, hey, look, this is a little bit more of a situation. Like we got to get him jump started.
Sometimes you got to call in the big dogs, the reinforcements. Sometimes your plan's not working to plan, and you need to bring in somebody who can really get the job done. And when it comes to gaining weight, I do believe I could help George.
If you had a day of eating with George McIntyre, what would your plans be?
We're starting with some high sodium, straight to the heart Mickey D's breakfast. I mean, that's what we're starting with. And we're going to work on the tactic of overeating, which is something he probably doesn't understand. And I would have to get that through to him. Here's what you do. It's not about feeling full, George. It's about feeling sick. You want to continue to eat past that point of feeling full. You need to feel the food in your throat, not in your stomach. Feel it in your throat. That would be one of my teaching points. And, you know,
what?
Huh?
Feel what?
Feel it in your throat. That's one of my.
Just the food, just like sitting there?
Yes. Yeah, that would be one of my. You know how General Nealon had his 7 maxims?
Sure.
That
Can you explain the feel it in your throat, not your stomach? You just mean like you taste it, but you keep eating so fast that like you
don't understand it either?
Not really. Like, are you saying that like when you're just eating it so quickly that like it doesn't have time to settle in your stomach? Is that the idea?
That's part of it.
That's kind of how I eat. When I sit down, my plate is gone before it actually like gets in my stomach. I eat so fast that sometimes I do blow through the stop sign.
It's eating past that. That's what it is. Blow through the stop sign. That's maxim number 2.
Okay.
Blow through the stop sign. It's eating past the point of feeling full. We don't want to feel full. We want to feel sick when we're done with the meal. You want to feel like you need to go to sleep. That's what you want to feel like after you eat. The carb crash needs to be so heavy that your body isn't really able to function for a couple of hours. So we would work on that. We would work on, which foods would be the right choices. Obviously nothing green, everything fried. Like, I could help the kid. I could. I've been down this road. I would introduce him to a place called Osaka on Chapman Highway. And he would walk in and he would say, "Was that a roach?" And I'd say,
"Why is this rice green?"
And I'd say, "Yes, that was a roach. That's how you know you're in the right place."
See, I think you can still eat good food. I don't think you have to take him to roach places. I think we can still load him up and get him fat like at like Wasabi or something.
You can't get truly fat at Wasabi unless you're willing to go spend, $200. Like that's not.
He's got
feasible.
NIL money, brother.
He does, yeah. But if I'm training him, I need to also be able to afford.
Well,
where
I was
we're
gonna
at.
say I'm hoping that like if I pull some strings, we can just get a card. We can get like it's an expense.
Well, now if we can do that, we can eat some higher quality meals. The problem is at a certain point, though, you're getting too much nutrition. You need to be eating food that gives you a lot of empty calories, more so than nutrition.
Yeah, you don't want to fill your stomach up with broccoli.
Right. You go to a place like Wasabi, they're going to offer you mixed vegetables with the rice.
So you got to say no.
No,
I always
double
say
rice.
No. Yeah.
Double rice,
That's what
no
I say.
vegetables.
I say carrots only. I like the sweet carrots.
Well, even carrots, you're flirting with. I mean, that's a vegetable. You got to be careful with that.
Sure.
Extra butter. There's a lot of techniques. I could get George fat in a couple of months.
We don't want him fat, but we do want him to bulk up a little bit.
I don't think he can get fat.
Yeah. It is a concern, though. I mean, because, everyone talked freshman year Nico about him being too small. Then you saw the weight gain over the year. And by the time he got, playing, he didn't feel too small, too brittle. The way they're acting is George is basically the same size as he showed up on campus for the most part.
I thought he had some problem, like health-wise, when he got to campus.
I've heard that
he
too.
Couldn't gain weight.
Yeah, that like basically his body's working against him gaining weight. So like it just
must be nice.
It might just not happen for him.
I wish I had a health problem where I couldn't gain weight.
Mary writes in on the chat. So she showed up just to say it. So I do think, or at least she's posting it now. So maybe she was a podcast listener that came in, but she came in, or at least got your computer now, Cody, and says, "I know exactly what you're talking about." She started about 8 months ago, maybe 12, but then it started growing a beard and it became grumpy as can be. We started going to the Waggles on Pleasant Ridge just for that reason. I've had run-ins
Oh,
myself.
okay, Mary. Well, thank you.
Mary is backing you up.
Because, yeah, Mary's spot on with that. Mary is spot on. And I don't want to call this person out, specifically. I mean, it's just a poor gas station attendant. But
yeah, you're ruining.
Well, I didn't say the name.
Yeah.
But the fact that someone randomly in the
they know
chat
who you're
knows
talking
about
about.
it, and
Yeah.
I had a friend who
Yeah.
had an issue,
Yeah.
it's an issue.
Yeah.
And I will say the person has changed their name on their name tag, I assume because they had so many complaints, is what I'm assuming. So.
Okay, let's go to break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Back on the program, this segment is brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. If you need a dentist, go check out our friends, Dr. Stephen Malone and his staff. Local dentistry done right. Visit knoxvillesmiles.com to take a virtual tour or book a service online. If you get a routine cleaning, they are offering a half-price whitening from now until the end of the year. You can call them at 865-539-1776. Or like I said, book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Cody, did you realize that on this day in history in 2017, Tennessee fired Butch Jones?
I remember that day well. We were drinking at the Backdoor Tavern.
Hell yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah, it was. That was a lot of fun. It's crazy that was 8 years ago at this point. It's feels like it was yesterday.
I disagree. I don't feel like it feels like yesterday at all.
I remember there was a cute blonde girl there, had the same last name as me, which I thought was interesting. because
I know who you're talking about.
I was thinking, she wouldn't even have to change her name if we got married.
It was weird having them come and show up and be like, "Oh yeah, want a good party with John and Cody?"
Oh yeah, we drank whiskey. I got a picture of me at the table with them. She was hot. She's probably still hot. She's probably married by now.
I'd say she's still hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were drinking whiskey and playing
A lot of people
cards.
came by. That was a fun day. That was a great day.
Smoking
Sam, we
cigarettes.
raised thousands of dollars. I want to say I raised $2,000. People were sending in bar tab money for this party we had. And I want to say it got over $2,000. It definitely got over 1,000.
Just a bar tab to cover the whole. Just
Was it just like a party to celebrate him getting fired?
It was a fire Butch Jones. We fired Butch Jones party.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had it worked out with the bar that we'd come. And then, I got there, and then some people started sending some money, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. Like, hey, enjoy some drinks. I don't know why people sent me money to do that.
It'd be fun if that was like the NIL era and like maybe some players on the team were just like, hey, here's $500 off of my NIL money. Like,
that would've been great.
We got this coach fired.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been great. That would be funny. Yeah, Florida's like, hey, you want a Billy Napier? Go on here. Here's $20.
DJ Lagway Venmos you for a beer.
Yeah. Or maybe the opposite. You just Venmo DJ Lagway. Like, hey, thanks for getting him fired, you bum. Thanks for playing so poorly. Yeah, I don't know why people were sending money, but I guess everyone was just so happy it was over.
It dragged on.
Everyone knew where I stood with Butch Jones, but like it wasn't like I got him fired or nothing. If it was Shiato's Sunday and people were Venmoing me, I would kind of understand that because I kind of saved the program by being out there, putting the program on my back, Bubba. Like I was out there working for that one. If people had sent a bunch of money for that, that would be understandable. But I didn't get Butch Jones fired.
Well, the Butch saga just dragged on so long.
It did.
I mean, he should have been fired much earlier in the year. And then it just kept going and going and going.
That to me is the crazy part of college football now. Like we've talked about it all year, but like how quickly these coaches are getting fired.
Yeah.
You pull the plug just so early on. You don't even waste any time. Like I feel like if it was 2017, like Butch Jones would have been fired after the South Carolina goal line stand, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying with Heupel, and I hope this doesn't happen, but like if he were to lose to Florida, it becomes an immediate talking point.
If he loses to Florida, it becomes like, hey, you better start 2026 off on a good note.
He's not in any. I don't think that he is any safer than James Franklin was coming off of last year. I mean, Franklin had that team in the semifinals of the playoff.
So what are you saying? Like he would be in as much danger as like Franklin was after losing to like UCLA, or what are you saying?
No, not after losing to UCLA. But all I'm saying is I don't think his job security is any safer right now than Franklin's was coming into the year.
Oh, well, okay. That's completely fair. Like it did unravel really, really quickly for James Franklin. Like that's still like jaw-droppingly surprising because he was in the the semifinals, a couple plays away from being in the national championship last year.
Now, whether we would pull the trigger as quickly as Penn State did, I don't know. And you got to say too, with Franklin, there was more data of him not being able to win big games. There were more years of that.
Right, there's more years of frustration for sure.
So,
and there's also like much higher expectations. They were supposed to be in the national championship this year. They were supposed to be Indiana. They were supposed to be like the second best team in the country. That was the talking points coming in, is how talented that roster was and how much money they had spent on it. We didn't really say that about Tennessee and Josh Heupel.
Well, that's where we need to be. If Penn State can recruit like that, I don't see why we can't.
17-13 win over UMass, followed by a 41-0 loss to Georgia. Like you probably get fired after the 41-0 loss to Georgia in today's climate, right?
Yeah, that's when he should have been fired, for sure.
That's when it should have been over. When you're leading starting quarterback through for 64 yards in your offense, like I understand 2017 Georgia was good, but like 41-0 at home, throwing for 64 yards, like that's when you should have pulled the plug there. I think that's what happens now in 2025.
And then what happened after the Georgia game?
15-9 loss to South Carolina, where you get stopped on the goal line. That was a bad South Carolina team. Again, you scored 9 points, so like your offense is completely cratered. 9 points, my God. But then, yeah, you get stopped on the goal line. You're throwing into the end zone from the 2-yard line. You can't get in. That was frustrating because you at least, you had a chance to beat that South Carolina team, and of course, it wouldn't have done nothing for your season. But like, it would have been a win over South Carolina. It was 1st and goal from the 2, and you throw the ball 3 times, and you can't get in.
Well, and then you went and lost to Kentucky.
No, then you lost 45-7 to Alabama at Alabama.
Right.
Your high passer in that game, according to the box score. Do you want to take a guess what your high passer was against Alabama in a 45-7 loss?
82 yards.
82 yards. Tried 9 for 16 for 44 yards.
Yeah.
You threw for 44 yards. 44 yards in that game. Didn't fire him then either. And then, then you went and lost to Kentucky, 29-26. Didn't fire him then either.
I mean, by that point, it's like, what are we doing?
You're 0-5 in the SEC. You didn't fire him. You come back, you beat Southern Miss to get to 4-5. And then, it took the drubbing at Missouri, 50-17, for them to finally say, okay, never mind.
Missouri beat us 50-17 like 2 years in a row.
Yeah. 17 and 18.
Same score.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was weird.
Yeah. They beat Pruitt's ass his first year too. So like that to me is the crazy difference in college football. We know everything's changing, NIL and transfers and yada yada yada, but the schools just kind of wisening up and just firing coaches earlier. And maybe some of them are wisening up and realizing like that once it's over, it's over. There's no point in really dragging it out. In a past life, James Franklin, would have kept this job all the way through the season and would have gotten ugly. They said, nope, we're good. You're out of here. I still think back to 2015 when Butch was quote unquote rumored to go to Michigan. That'd have been great. What was your overall favorite moment of the Butch Jones era, Cody?
Probably jumping into the lazy river at Knox Ridge whenever we beat Georgia on the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And I was at the Florida game the week before, which that was cool to see us end the streak. I mean, those 2 back-to-back weeks were a lot of fun.
Bubba, what was your favorite moment of the Butch Jones era?
Watching him kneel down on one knee and crying. Also, the Brady Hoke text. Those are pretty fun.
Sam?
Honestly, I was going to exactly say what Bubba said. Watching him just like look like the world had come down after the Hail Mary there was just hysterical to me.
Press conferences used to be electric. I used to be so mad every time he would speak, as most of the fan base would. He would say something embarrassing every time.
So was he.
He got into a nice rhythm of saying something really embarrassing every time he got into the microphone, kind of after that Vanderbilt loss and on.
I liked when you could just see him turn purple.
Yeah.
He would go from red to purple. The anger meter was represented by the color of his cheeks.
He seems like one of the humans that could actually have steam come out of his ears.
Mm-hmm.
There is a part of me that feels bad that he's just trapped at Arkansas State. I feel like he deserves a little bit better than Arkansas State, but maybe not. But I just think about how it would feel to be him and just like, I guess credit to keep going. But like, did you see the video of him mad this weekend because against Southern Miss, nobody showed up. The fans didn't show up. And it went viral, at least like in some college football circles. My boy Gunkel sent it to me as well because he's a Southern Miss fan. But like Butch is coming out of the locker room. He's like, we're all the damn fans. He's like telling the team, we got to bring our own energy today because nobody showed up to root for him, even though they'd been playing a little bit better. I was like, imagine going from Neyland Stadium to that.
Yeah.
How crazy that must feel, how depressing that must feel. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, Sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's get another batch of news. Give me some headlines. Let's talk some ball and politics and world happenings. What you got for me, Big Mac?
Thanks, John. Mike Tomlin says he has no long-term concerns about Aaron Rodgers.
You can't mean long-term concerns. He's like 41 years old.
Right.
I'm really worried about how he performs next year. There ain't going to be no next year.
He says he doesn't have any long-term reservations about the quarterback's ability to play the position at a high level. Sunday night was what it was, Tomlin said, but I have no questions about his ability to play the position at a high level for us.
I feel like my follow-up would be if you have any concerns in him in the short term.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, what about the short term?
Are you worried about this week and the fact that he can't seem to find your wide receivers?
Travis Hunter out for the rest of the season. He had surgery.
That's a big swing and a miss so far for Jacksonville. Trading 3 top draft picks for Travis Hunter and then not knowing where they're necessarily going to play him, not really committing at all to like giving him a fair shot at cornerback. He was very situational in his snaps there. And as far as a wide receiver, I do think he had came along a little bit as a wide receiver. You know, going back to that Chiefs game on Monday Night Football, he played pretty well in that one, had the real amazing catch down the field. Had 101 yards on 14 targets against the Rams and a touchdown, but a lot of that was after they'd been getting their ass kicked for a while. That was the last time we were going to see him for this year, as he is now out. Rough couple of weeks for Jacksonville. They're on a little bit of a losing streak, and then, yeah, they blow that game against the Texans. That's a pretty tough swing for them this season.
Danny White says that Tennessee is exploring the viability of expanding the north end zone, which would allow us to welcome even more fans to Rocky Top.
Let's go. 110,000 on the table.
Danny penned a letter just about 10 minutes ago addressing a few things to Vol Nation. I will read it verbatim. With the Vanderbilt game now sold out, we are up to 27 consecutive sellouts in historic Neyland Stadium. This continues to showcase the incredible strength of the best fans in all of sports! ! Interest in the Vols continues to skyrocket with a current season ticket interest list of 26,972. We are actively exploring the viability of expanding the north end zone, which will allow us to welcome even more fans to Rocky Top. The congestion outside the west gates is still being addressed. Need to address that congestion at the top of the damn G10 ramp at the upper level of the south end zone too, Danny, just for the record. HH to HHGGFF, all a nightmare.
We can't do it all. One thing at a time, damn it.
We made adjustments throughout the year and have partnered with our campus partners to plan the removal of the Silverstein Looper building, creating a much larger open space at the bottom of Peyton Manning Pass. So I guess that's that little brown building right there in the parking lot of that slanted hill coming down Peyton Manning Pass. The one that would be on your right, I guess, would be that little building. So they're going to remove that building, seems like. We are also aware of the need to tackle the congestion issues in the upper South Concourse. Yes, that's what I was talking about. And are working closely with engineers to find practical solutions.
I feel like all this should be higher priority than getting more people in the game. Like, let's be able to handle the 101,000 that comes in now.
Wouldn't less people actually solve these problems?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm glad he's aware of the issue in the upper South Concourse because it's a damn disaster.
What's the problem with this? Just too skinny?
It's
too narrow?
It's too narrow. People are just standing there like sardines in a can, not getting to their seats until halfway through the first quarter or longer. The event staff guy told me that he believes it's the new beer line they added up there. That's what he thinks. But that's just one guy.
Just people lingering up there and just kind of congestion, just standing in line that just messes everything up. I mean, that would make sense.
There's also this like medical tent, this medical area, this like first aid area that juts out from the, like they need to, I think, probably try to remove that. But I don't know what they do, but it is a damn disaster up there. Has been all year. I'll never buy another ticket up there. We did it for Georgia, and it was a disaster. Obviously, we didn't know that was a thing. And then we did the same thing for Arkansas because I thought Danny was going to have it fixed because he said after Georgia it was going to be fixed. And I said, well, fool me once, fool me twice, but you ain't going to fool me a third time. I ain't ever buying another ticket up there.
Unless the price is right.
Yeah, unless it's good, cheap price. Now I'll just try to get in there earlier. So that was Danny's message to Vol Nation today. So
it's funny how Danny disappeared during the Vitello stuff, but now he's back to tweeting again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see.
Yeah. He had disappeared for a little bit whenever the heat was on, but he's back now. Hey, it's
well,
all right.
I'm glad we didn't run him out of town. I mean, that's
not yet.
I think that would have been a bad move by us.
Not yet.
The Lady Vols soccer team hosts North Carolina on Friday. 6 p.m.
The Lady Vols welcome North Carolina on Friday.
Are they still good?
I think they're still a top 10 team, I want to say. I thought I saw that.
I remember they had a nice start to the year.
You knew what North Carolina's women's basketball had a good start of the year, or Tennessee?
I was talking about soccer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're saying soccer's coming here.
That's
Friday.
right.
That confused me because I saw that. Yeah, they're still top 10. Both are still top 10. I think it's number 6 versus number 8.
Oh, you're talking about basketball.
Well, that's what I thought you were talking about, and that confused me.
Oh.
Which North Carolina's ranked number 11th in basketball. But I was like, we're playing North Carolina women's basketball on Friday? But no, soccer, yes. Both top 10. Both top 10. That should be a good one. Is this a tournament game, Bubba? Do we know that? Is it a – yeah, you're shaking your head, yeah? I assumed it was this late in the season.
I believe it is first round.
First round?
Yep.
And we're getting to host?
Yep.
That's good.
Earn the 3 seed.
Okay. You going to go over to the One Knox playoff game this weekend? Apparently that's a big one too. You have any interest in that? No?
I haven't been to any thus far.
Yeah.
I'll wait for them to win and, relegate up.
I thought you were that would be promoted.
Promoted, there we go.
Yeah. Relegated is bad. Promoted is good.
Apparently you can see the luminous auroras over the U.S. again tonight.
Oh, okay.
Here's where to see them. It is because of a geomagnetic storm that caused a kaleidoscope array of colors to illuminate the sky across North America from Wisconsin to Florida.
Lady Vols claimed a number 3 national seed. Okay, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because let's see here.
There's 8 national seeds, I believe.
Okay, so I said North Carolina's a top 10 team. That was wrong. That was incorrect. That must have been their seed that they were because, yeah, we're the number 3 national seed. We compiled a 12-3-3 record. Okay, we currently sit at 9 in the RPI. North Carolina, we did play them at the very beginning of the year. We beat them 2-0. They finished 7th in the ACC, and they sit number 25 in the current RPI. It doesn't say what their standing are. So we should beat North Carolina at home. We should. That would be nice. Okay. And the lights are going to be where?
Best viewing is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., it says.
Okay, but where?
From Wisconsin to Florida.
Oh.
You should be able to see them in East Tennessee.
Okay.
Mike Tyson reveals a really bad health issue that's plagued him for decades.
Who?
Mike Tyson.
What's that?
Remember him, the boxer?
Yeah. Concussions? What's his big thing?
He's got the same thing you've got, a disintegrating dose of foot fungus. He says his toes look like they blew up.
What would he sound like saying that, Cody?
Mike Tyson?
Disintegrating foot fungus?
Sounds like you wanted to do the impression.
He asked you just to set himself up. That's crazy.
During a Tuesday appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he explained that his fungus is still really bad while discussing why he never wore socks in the ring as he rose to the top of the sport in the 80s. I only used to for fighting. That was for my image. It was real hardcore, no socks. Then I somehow discovered that I had the disintegrating dose of foot fungus, and it was really bad. It's still really bad now. I got it fixed.
Now, if we win, and when I say we, I mean Knoxville Soccer Club. No, one Knox. Do they get promoted? Because it would be a League One championship. Do you get sent up to League Two at that point? Do we know? Do we know what actually happens here?
I'd imagine.
Okay, fair enough.
Speaking of college soccer, did you see where the Cal State Fullerton soccer player has died after being struck by a truck in a horrific e-scooter crash?
No, I didn't see that.
No. Well, she got hit by a box truck.
USL League 2. Let's see.
She was riding one of those e-scooters.
I assume League 2 is better than League 1, I assume.
I would think.
Yeah.
One of Bubba's overrated, underrated was scooters.
Not now, Chief. I'm reading about the soccer. I ain't got time to think about scooters.
They should probably be banned.
Why is someone covering this better? Where the hell is the articles? I'm trying to Google it. No one's really telling me what's happening here.
Text Walker.
Yeah, I probably could do that. As USL League 2 seasons take place, I got friends who go to these. I saw that we sold 5,000 tickets. We're trying to close in on the record. The record's like 6,200 for a USL League 1 game. So I know they're trying to break that maybe, but they cracked 5,000 yesterday. I saw that. Anyways, any other headlines?
Jeffrey Epstein claims in an email from 2019 that President Trump, quote, knew about the girls, end quote.
And what?
Quote, knew about the girls.
Where's this email?
It's an email surface from 2019, according to the New York Post, from Jeffrey Epstein.
And it's just now coming out?
I guess. Or the New York Post is just now writing about it.
On this day in history, 2004. And I'll give you a hint. We've kind of discussed it already on the show.
Was it a hurricane?
No.
2004 on this day. Was it football related?
No.
Was it weather related?
No.
Was it a disaster?
No.
Was it a fun thing?
No.
Was it a good thing?
No. Well, you could say that's a good thing.
Did someone die?
Yeah.
Was it a celebrity?
No.
Was it a murder?
Yeah.
Was it a disappearance?
Kind of.
Was it Natalie Holloway?
No.
Was it a big national news story?
Yeah.
Was it the other one, the Lacey Peterson, that thing?
Getting warmer. Yeah.
Was it John Benet Ramsey?
No. You're yeah. Scott Peterson was convicted of murdering. His wife Lacey.
Kind of weird that came up twice in one show.
Yeah, that's why I included it. That's why I made it to the this day in history. A jury of 6 men and 6 women delivered the verdict 23 months after Lacey Peterson disappeared on Christmas Eve from Modesto, California. The case captivated millions across America and saturated national media coverage for almost 2 years.
So he was convicted on this day in 04, and we just happened to bring it up today. How
That's
about
weird,
that?
huh?
That's weird how that works sometimes.
When initially questioned about his wife's whereabouts, Peterson claimed that Lacey had disappeared sometime after leaving the house to walk their dog and after he left on a fishing trip to nearby San Francisco Bay. About 1 month later, Amber Frey, a 28-year-old massage therapist from Fresno, came forward to tell police that she had had an affair with Scott Peterson.
Amber Frey, I remember that name.
Shattering his image as a devoted husband to his pretty and pregnant wife. As police continue to search for Lacey and clues that might explain her disappearance, Scott sold her sports utility vehicle, leading to suspicions that he might be trying to get rid of evidence. They then found the body washed up on a shore where he kept his boat in April of 2003.
Is he still in prison?
I would imagine so. They were trying to get the death penalty for him.
They arrested him in San Diego carrying large amounts of cash and his brother's passport with a new hair color and cut, looking like he was about to run from the police.
And they got him.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. He was unemotional, which is greeted with cheers. He was formally sentenced to death by lethal injection. However, on August 24th of 2020, his death sentence was overturned. So they didn't kill him. They didn't give him the death penalty, ultimately. It is kind of crazy that came up, though. Then when I was perusing my email, boom, there it was. In case you're wondering, in 1954, Ellis Island closed. That was the big story, according to History.com. All right.
Ellis Island.
Good batch of headlines. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit BlackfordVetSurgery.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axel Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axellogistics.com.
Overrated. Very overrated.
It's overrated.
Overrated, my friend.
Overrated. I'm going to tell you why.
I think that's a solid rated right there. It's perfect rated.
He underrated, man. He has some swag. He has some real swag.
Lobsters are underrated. They don't die.
New Mexico State, you're on the clock! And because of that, it's overrated, underrated, featuring New Mexico and all things around that. Starting off, gentlemen, we have hot air balloons. Are hot air balloons overrated or underrated?
I gotta say they're very underrated, apparently, because people willingly get up there and risk their life. I'm terrified of them. So, like, for me, I don't know if I would actually get in one, but they got to be really cool for people to keep getting up there and putting themselves at danger. I had a friend who recently went on one, and she loved it and said it was great. I've never gotten in one.
Are you familiar with what New Mexico does with hot air balloons?
They do like a festival?
Yeah. It looks pretty damn cool.
Just where they all go up in the sky at one time or whatever?
There's like a million of them up there.
Yeah, it seems scary. Like, what happens if they, like, how reliable is the steering on those? Like, do they ever, like, crash into each other? Because I would hate to get into a hot air balloon, like, crash with another one, and the next thing you know, you're both falling. How close are they getting up? Because, like, I feel like if the wind blows, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. I don't think I would get in one. I'm good.
I think you steer it with a little bit like it like blows a little bit of air out or something, and then it moves.
Yeah, like you like I've seen the thing where you like hold like when you like you pull the string and like fire goes up in it, does something to it. But I'm just like, how reliable is that for actual like steering?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it's got to be because I mean, like people do it all the time, and they don't keep you like tied down, right? Like I mean, they let go of you, right?
If you go up in a hot air balloon,
yeah, like I mean, like
yeah, it's not attached to anything.
Yeah, well, I know like they have ropes that go up with it so far up in the air. I think like the ropes. I don't know. I've seen when you're taking off, they got.
You
ropes
thinking of a kite?
No, I'm not thinking of a damn kite. But I am just thinking of a clip from Bam Margera's show where he was holding on to a hot air balloon while it went up in the air and they had it tied down.
Oh,
and they bring him back down because he was just holding to the basket of it.
I figure that's just to keep it down.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they let go of it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the helium just sends it on up into the atmosphere.
I'm good on hot air balloons, but I got to go underrated because people keep getting in them, so they must be pretty cool.
Well, if you asked me this question 100 years ago, Bubba, I'd probably say underrated because I think I'd be excited about the possibility of going into one. But nowadays, no thanks. We got planes. I got to say the hot air balloons got to be pretty overrated. You got to think when they first came about, it had to have been really cool because like that's the first time humans could actually kind of go up in the sky like that, right?
But you weren't there to like travel, right?
No, but just to be able to go up in the sky, like had to, it was bad. It must have been badass.
Well, does the hot air balloon still not trump the plane though? Like it still trumps the plane for being actually in the sky.
No.
When you're in a plane, you don't feel like you're actually in the sky.
Sure you do.
No.
You look out the window.
Yeah, but it feels like you're in a car.
I disagree. Have you ever been in a small plane?
Well, if you're talking about a small plane, that's a little bit, that's different. I haven't
a commercial flight. I would agree with you, but if you've ever been up in a small plane,
I've been in a pretty small plane because I went skydiving and you take a pretty small plane up there. But
you definitely feel like you're in the sky in a small plane.
Okay, that I'll yield to, but I still think the just being out in the atmosphere is still going to be a little different. I still think the hot air balloon would give you more of a feeling than the small plane.
I'd say the small plane combined with the helicopter. Like who really needs a hot air balloon?
Well, I don't want to get in a helicopter either. I got no interest in ever getting one of those ever again either. Too dangerous.
I'm not a big helicopter guy either.
No thanks.
I've never been in a helicopter.
Not after what they did to Kobe, RIP. I ain't getting in there.
Yeah.
Nope. Not happening.
Yeah. Hot air balloon overrated. But I imagine back in the day when they first came about, that was probably pretty damn cool back then.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can just go on the top of a skyscraper, you go on a tall building.
You're trying to play the hot air balloon like it's a damn Ferris wheel, though, because the Ferris wheel is a big deal, and it got invented, too.
I started reading that book again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've made it about another 20 pages.
Okay.
Think about how much criticism the first guy who wanted to go up in a hot air balloon faced. Like, we're going to weave this little basket and we're going to attach a massive balloon and fire is going to get us up there in the sky.
That guy's a badass, though. Like, the first guy's like, yeah, put me in the basket. I'll go up there. I'll do it. That guy's a badass. The first person that went up in the sky in a hot air balloon, I hope he lived through it, but eventually he probably died in one.
They feel dangerous to me.
Well, yeah.
Like, say what you will about the helicopter. The whole thing with Kobe was sad, but I think helicopters probably, generally speaking, are more reliable than a hot air balloon, I would assume.
Did you know I went skydiving, Sam?
No, I didn't.
Does that surprise you?
You went Rocky Mountain climbing, too.
Does it surprise you that I went skydiving?
A little bit.
Yeah.
2.7 seconds.
On a bull named Fu Manchu.
I gotta say, skydiving, I know it wasn't Bubba's topic, but pretty overrated doing that.
You found skydiving to be overrated?
Yeah. I'm glad I did it because people are always like, oh, that's cool whenever I tell them, but yeah.
What was overrated about it?
Just most of the time you don't really get the feeling that you have when you jump out of the plane is top notch. The first, the ride up and getting out there to the side and jumping out is really cool. But the actual diving through the sky is overrated because after the first 10 seconds of free fall, you do that thing where you stretch out.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you stretch out, you don't feel anything. You don't feel like you're falling at all. It's just a very weird feeling. You're just getting held up by air. I don't know.
And there's not
there's no sensation in your body for that.
But there's no appreciation for that, like a majesticness to that.
Kind of, I guess, but I don't know.
I mean, it seems like a pretty cool life experience to be.
No, it was a cool life experience.
It's better than watching the Browns play.
Yeah, no, it's a cool life experience. I'm glad I did it. I just don't know if I would do it again.
I'd be too scared to do it.
I would go with my buddies. Like, if you had never gone before and you wanted to go, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go because I want to see Cody do it. But
I don't think I could do it.
If somebody in my life was like, hey, I really want to do it, I'd be like, yeah, I'm down because I want to watch you have that experience. But I got no interest in going myself.
There's no way I could jump out of the plane. I'd be terrified.
These are pretty safe from what I'm looking at.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Oh, the hot air balloons are. I used to walk back from the high dive. I used to get up on the high dive and get up there and look down at the pool and be too scared and walk back and go back down the ladder. I couldn't skydive. There's no way. There's no way.
All right, up next.
I think there is a weight limit too.
We want to shout out Oppenheimer for this. The
What do you
atomic
mean by that?
bomb. Is the atomic bomb overrated or underrated?
Well, I don't really know if we can make the case that it's overrated.
I can.
All right, go ahead.
For its time, it was cool, but now, in terms of H-bombs and nuclear bombs, it's nothing special. In today's context, it is very overrated.
But we've never seen those other bombs, right?
And we don't want to.
Do we even know if they work?
They work.
Do we know?
They work. Trust me.
You ain't never seen
Russia. Russia apparently has one that is I think Russia has the biggest one that, if it were to drop, it would cover the size of half a country. Just in the bomb itself. You got to think the atom bombs back in the day were not that impressive for their time, sure. But if you dropped one of those today, it'd just be regular old atom bomb.
But you can make the case that we won't drop the other bomb because we dropped the atom bomb.
Well, that's true.
And you could say the atom bomb is underrated for that reason. It was so bad in itself that I think we've all kind of agreed, hey, we don't need to ever do that again.
You mean to wipe out an entire city with one bomb?
Yeah, but to do something even more powerful, let's stop. Let's not drop bombs on each other in this way.
Yeah.
That was kind of the idea of Oppenheimer, right? That was the conflict of Oppenheimer. Was like, he's stressed. He's like, oh my God, what have I done? I've killed all these people. But Spin Zone's like, you know what? This one or two examples of what we did to Japan will maybe actually keep people from doing even worse stuff in the future and kind of show us the dangers of it. And we'll drop these bombs and it'll keep us from doing something even worse to people.
Well, as someone who has been consuming a lot of World War II content
I've
lately,
heard. Yeah, I've heard.
I can say with confidence that it did send a message. It did send the message we intended on sending to the Japanese.
So I don't think you can call it overrated for that reason. It was very successful in what it was trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
And it is.
I was just trying to make a case. But
yeah, it has stood the test of time for 80 years of like kind of being the, hey, whoa, we don't want to necessarily do anything like this again.
I need to find the name of that Russian one. Maybe someone, if they have some information, could help me out. But it's like the biggest one. And we all have, like, since the arms race began, of course, we all have major nuclear weapons at this point. But I think Russia has it's called like the Big Mama or something, or like the mother of all.
The Tsar Bomba.
Okay.
Big Mama was something we dropped. I think we dropped, didn't we? Wasn't that one?
Yeah, I thought it was something like the mother of all.
That was one we already dropped, though, wasn't it?
Or maybe I'm thinking of that sandwich at the 7-Eleven. That might be a different thing I'm thinking of. The granddaddy of them all, maybe.
No, that's the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
The mother of all bombs is a bomb we have. We haven't dropped it, though.
Okay, we have that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Russia, I think,
that's
has
not
one.
a very Russian name.
Russia has one even bigger. They have the biggest one. I think we have more, but they have the biggest
one.
The
mother of all bombs is the most powerful non-nuclear weapon in America's arsenal, according to the internet.
How cool would it be to be a guy at like the highest level of the military that like knows about all that stuff?
I don't know if it would be good or not. I think if you're at the highest level and you know all this stuff, that'd be very stressful. Knowing that like you're one bad day away from all this kind of getting fired off. We're just one bad movement away.
I guess that would be Trump, wouldn't it? Because the commander-in-chief, the president is the commander-in-chief.
Being the guy in charge of keeping up with the presidents, that would be stressful too. Between sleepy and grumpy, like, I mean, you gotta really make sure that you're making sure you're hiding the button.
Is that what they call the last two presidents?
I mean, I know they call him Sleepy Joe, but Trump seems kind of grumpy some days. So like Sleepy and Grumpy, whatever other dwarf name you want to use. He's not bashful. That'd be stressful, like knowing all the secrets. Be like, we got to protect all this. We got to protect the American people from knowing this. If they knew about the damn aliens, they'd lose their mind. We'd have anarchy.
I just imagine like to be in that small circle though, of like the very, very top of the military commanders / the president, like to be in that conference room, like talking about those things and knowing about those things. That'd be a pretty elite feeling.
I think it would come with a lot of stress.
It would, I imagine.
But it's like a wise man once said, with great power comes great responsibility, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that Winnie the Pooh that said that?
No. All he said was, oh, bother. Oh, Christopher Robbins. Wow, why are you doing this? Stop it. Oh, bother. I never liked Winnie the Pooh. Overrated Winnie the Pooh. I didn't like any of those episodes. I hated Winnie the Pooh.
All right, up next, we have a very critically acclaimed TV show, Breaking Bad. Is that overrated or underrated?
Let's hear it. Cody's going to call it overrated. Go ahead.
I think I am. I think I am going to call it overrated because it is at the top with all the other shows of like, that Mount Rushmore. But I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I did The Sopranos or some other shows. Like, maybe it's
like what? You say The Sopranos. What else? Game of Thrones? Like
Game of Thrones through 6 seasons.
No, you got to do all seasons. Breaking Bad holds up much better than Game of Thrones does. I recently rewatched both of them. Game of Thrones holds up worse, much worse than Breaking Bad.
I understand that when you take season 8 into account.
And
but
7.
Seven's
you
hit or miss.
retroactively owe me an apology for 7 as well.
I'll give you half credit on 7. 7 still.
I tried to tell you, 7 was a joke.
It's hit or miss.
7 was a joke.
It had its moments.
They had him getting across the whole damn world in one episode. We had Gendry running across 300 miles of ice to get back in time. Get the hell out of here.
But episode 3, when Dany finally unleashes her dragons at full capacity on the Lannister army, like, that's a pretty good episode.
Oh, yeah, and then Jaime just falls in the water, and he's sinking to the very bottom. Then the next episode starts.
Well, they leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's not what Game of Thrones. That's not their style. That's not what they did. He's floating somehow to the bottom. He's right on the shore. He's floating, sinking 100 feet to the bottom. And next thing you know, the next episode just starts where he's completely fine. Get the hell out of here.
That's fine, but everybody
too.
loved Bronn. Bronn had made his way into becoming a great character. Game of Thrones, though, gave me more feeling than Breaking Bad ever did. And I will say, maybe it's because I binged Breaking Bad in like 2 weeks. Maybe I should go back and just watch the whole thing again, maybe slow it down a little bit.
Breaking Bad is great. But I'm just curious, like, you always talk about The Sopranos, but what other shows? Because I feel like...
Well, I named 2 there.
I don't think the Game of Thrones one is actually
Deadwood.
Legit. You're going to sit here and tell me Deadwood is better than Breaking Bad?
Boardwalk Empire. I'm going to tell you I enjoyed it more.
You're going to tell me Boardwalk Empire
I'm going to tell you I
better?
enjoyed it more, but I'm admitting that maybe I binged Breaking Bad too fast and I need to go back and try it again. Mad Men.
People like Mad Men, so I won't.
Mad Men is on my Mount Rushmore after watching it. I loved Mad Men.
I think Breaking Bad, I can't call it underrated. It's properly rated.
Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, you're not going to tell me Sons of Anarchy is better than Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's a top 5 show of all time. That's what it gets talked about. Now, if you're telling me it's the best show of all time, that leaves room to be, overrated at that point. But top 5, in terms of storytelling from point A to point B, I would say it's probably the best. Just from storytelling, but it had one story to tell, right? A man breaks bad. A man goes from boom, cancer to boom, it all comes crashing down. That's linear storytelling, so I think it had an easier thing to do than what The Sopranos had and what The Wire had, who's telling about. Say what?
Game of Thrones.
No, Game of Thrones is telling kind of a point A to point B story, too, of like...
Game of Thrones had like 90 main characters.
Well, no, but I'm just saying the point of the show was about who becomes the king or who sits on the Iron Throne. That was the quest of that show, right? Who's the ruler
also
at the end?
the long night.
Well, sure,
like
they blew through that, but I'm saying
they messed that up.
But I'm saying like it was a beginning and end. There was a natural end point to Game of Thrones when they announced who gets the throne. That's the end. Breaking Bad had that. Boom, Walter. Boom, boom. I don't think The Sopranos and The Wire had that because The Wire and Sopranos were telling different stories. The Wire especially is just saying, hey, this is what Baltimore's like. This is what drug life's like. The theory of the theme of that show is like, hey, kind of the whole point of it is none of these guys matter. You know what I mean? Like the story of The Wire is like, hey, you don't like this character? You like this character? Okay, well, they can die, and guess what? Somebody new on the street rises up and takes their power. It never ends. The poor people in Baltimore are always going to have drugs because somebody's always going to sell it to them. That's kind of the point of The Wire. Sopranos, yeah, it's about Tony, but like even then, depending on what you think's happened in the finale, you can't really, tell that story as neatly either. Breaking Bad, point A, point B. I think it's probably rated top 5 show. I just love Bryan Cranston. I love everything about Bryan Cranston. I love him in his comedic roles. I've recently started rewatching Malcolm in the Middle, just kind of in my evenings to pass some time. He's so good in Malcolm in the Middle. Like, he's so perfect. It's so funny knowing that he then plays one of the more vicious, heels on TV of all time. But he's so good as Hal. And that's what made him so good in Breaking Bad. But that's a great show. I like all the stuff he says in real life when he's just doing interviews.
He's a good actor.
There's that one, what's his name? Rainn Wilson, who played Dwight on The Office, who that's all I've ever done. I'm Rainn Wilson. I've only played Dwight, and I'm going to give you all my takes about it. And he's like acting, he's interviewing Bryan Cranston in one interview I was watching. He's like, do you ever get annoyed at knowing that like you'll always be, Walter White? Because I'm also always just going to be Dwight, and that's all people want to talk to me about. But we're two icons in American TV and blah, blah, blah. And Bryan Cranston's like, no, man, that's cool. I love when people talk to me about it because I love being in like people's lives and like the impact we made. It's not a burden; it's a privilege. I'm like, that's the way a celebrity is supposed to act.
I thought you were going to say, he said, no, man, I've been in a lot of other stuff. I'm a real actor.
Well, there's some truth to that too. But he's just like, no, man, I love people talking to me. I don't feel burdened by it. It's cool. It's a blessing. That's a life-changing role.
That is a nice outlook.
Whereas Rainn Wilson's like, oh, Dwight, I'm stuck being Dwight. Well, stop doing all these damn podcasts and interviews talking about The Office then.
Get some acting chops.
Get some acting chops. Oh, only thing else I've been in is like House of a Thousand Corpses or Devil's Rejects, which one it was. I don't know. Anything else, Bubba?
I mean, there's a list more, but we're running against the clock. John Denver.
Overrated.
I thought you were going to say something about maybe the aliens, like Roswell.
It was on the list, but...
Do you have any takes on John Denver? I mean, all I know is Rocky Mountain High. Does he have any other good songs?
The Country Roads.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I know that one.
Those are the two big ones.
I think I knew that one. I knew that one.
I mean, yeah, I'm not listening to any John Denver really outside of that, so...
Is he from New Mexico?
He is.
Oh, cool. You learned something new today. All right, last call on the other side. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio. Cody, Sam, and Bubba's going to take us home. I got to go drop my car off to get service. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, but they'll be here. Stay tuned on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Leaving on a jet plane, and thank God I'm a country boy. A couple other John Denver songs that deserve mentioning. Both good songs. You guys familiar with the death of John Denver? How he died?
loosely, I feel like.
Did it involve a plane?
It did.
Yeah. Okay. That's about all I remember.
He died in Monterey Bay in 1997. It was a very tragic way to go out in an airplane. His home-built aircraft crashed into Monterey Bay near Pacific Grove, California, while making a series of touch-and-go landings at the Monterey Peninsula Airport. He was the only guy in the plane, though. The official cause of death was multiple blunt force trauma resulting from the crash. John Denver was a pilot with more than 2,700 hours of experience.
It feels like there's a lot of celebrity deaths via plane. Who was like the first?
Amelia Earhart?
The first death in a plane? Did she die in a plane?
Celebrity-wise, though. I mean, I guess Amelia Earhart might be a celebrity.
Became a celebrity after the plane just disappeared in the Triangle of Bermuda somewhere.
Is that what happened to her?
That's what they say.
I guess she'd be the first one.
Did the Wright brothers die from a plane?
I don't know.
That'd be, full circle. They created and then it consumes them.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. What do you think the most famous plane crashes are? That'd be a good thing to power rank. The top 5 most famous plane crashes.
I think Flight 370 right now.
Was that the Malaysian airline?
The one that everybody just disappeared.
Yeah, somewhere like Russia or somewhere in Europe.
Somewhere.
So somewhere. I guess if we knew where, then we'd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that Malaysian airline 370?
Yeah,
Just
Flight
made a
370.
Netflix documentary and stopped.
Yeah,
There's also the one. Sorry to cut you off. The day the music died.
Yeah.
Richie Valens, Big Bopper.
Yeah, Waylon Jennings missed that plane. He famously said to Buddy Holly, "I hope your plane crashes."
What a real jokester.
Well, they were joking around. Buddy Holly said, "I can't believe you're taking that damn bus. I hope your bus freezes," or something like that. And Waylon said, "Well, I hope your damn plane crashes." And then, what do you know? Leonard Skinner, another big music plane crash death. Those are probably the 2 most famous ones, actually.
The one for the Hudson.
Yeah.
Not as famous.
That's pretty famous. Do we consider that a crash, though? That's more of a story of heroism.
Crash landing. Yeah.
Do what?
I was crash landing, but.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the most famous one in New York. I can think of a couple, before that were big. Well, Bubba, what did we miss today?
We missed a couple things. As I stall for time here.
I'll take your time.
I shall.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. I mean, you got all the time in the world, man.
I'm going to take it.
Miss nothing?
We missed we want to talk about people getting upset. Did you see Aaron Glenn getting upset with the reporter up there?
I did see that.
Over the injury reports and how a reporter up there would preemptively put like Garrett Wilson on one, and he kept saying, Ask Rich. Don't ask me. He already knows all the injuries."
Oh, the Jets coach?
Yep.
He's lashing out at the media, at the New York media.
He did.
That always works out for whoever the New York coach is.
We had, some enemies being made here as Joe Madden on the unprecedented hiring of Tony Vitello.
Oh, yeah.
I'm using the word insulting only from the perspective that it appears as though you don't need to have any professional experience to do this job anymore.
I'm glad you brought that one up. I was going to put that in headlines and I forgot about it. So taking a little bit of a shot at the Giants hiring Tony Vitello, saying you don't.
I was like anti-Vitello going to the MLB, but now that a famous manager is going out and saying like he hasn't done anything in his career, now I'm just rooting for Tony to go out there and just light the MLB on fire.
Yeah, and there's other guys that share that sentiment. Like
they're just not saying it.
Yeah, they're going to be kind of rooting against him.
Yeah.
Like, this guy ain't a big leaguer. Like, what the hell? Why'd they hire him? So I think there will be a group of guys probably rooting against him. Makes you want to root harder for him.
We had Cam Scatabo turning into a Twitch streamer.
Well, he ain't got anything else to do right now. He's hurt. What was he streaming? What kind of games is he playing?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, what's that about?
Honestly, don't exactly know. I know there's some like.
I feel like that's
orcs.
like witch stuff.
I think it's a little more than just witch.
You guys ever watch those Tiny Desk concerts?
I love them.
Have you seen the clips going around of this Hobo Johnson?
Yeah.
You know who I know you're familiar with him.
Peach scones.
Do you like this guy?
I actually don't mind him at all.
Because I find it to be very annoying, like most of the internet does.
Because he was getting popular when I was like sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
So like to the whole like he's speaking like he has anxiety, and then it all just mellows out.
He's up there trying to be like a poet, like a modern day like anxiety filled Bob Dylan. Have you seen it, Sam?
I'm looking at it right now.
I find it to be very
I've never
annoying.
seen this guy before. He kind of seems like you would look like your Weigel's clerk.
Yeah, kind of. I find it to be really, really annoying. And then there's the other one of that song from like 15 years ago with the little meth looking girl that Alabama, Arkansas.
Now you're disrespecting Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros.
That's the one. Yeah.
I love that song so much.
That one's a little more catchy, but it's kind of annoying too. For some reason, I've seen both of those on the timeline this week.
Well, she was like all, substanced up,
Well, she looks like it. She's got meth cheeks.
And then that's what caused that band to split apart.
You should listen to
drug
the
use?
Sierra Farrell Tiny Desk.
Barking?
Who?
Sierra Farrell.
I don't know that one.
She's good.
Really?
It's good.
You like your Jesse Murph, you need to learn a little bit about Sierra Farrell.
Yeah. I watched the Black Crows. I like theirs. I watched Tyler Childers. I watched a few. I've watched a lot of them. I do like the idea of
Did you watch the Mac Miller?
The Tiny Desk. No, I saw it on the thumbnail, but I don't care anything about Mac Miller. I guess that missed me. His music. It's like when I was in college, I guess, but I never got into it. Wasn't really my thing.
Are they doing away with that or no?
The Tiny Desk?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because with NPR being cut and all that good stuff happening, or not good stuff, but.
Well, I guess it depends on whether they get their funding.
And then also we missed where Kyle Monangai revealed that his favorite meme is the Big Chungus.
Okay. Monangai, he did me a solid in fantasy last week in one of my leagues.
I mean, he dropped like 17 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Well, sure was fun today. Have a great
summer.
Wednesday. Have a great summer. Hey, good. There you go, Bubba. It comes full circle. Yeah, Hags. All right. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments.